Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be another episode of SNTR Gaming News, and we are breaking down the 5-year plan that they have for Dying Light 2. Is this going to make the game too thin? Is it going live service? How could they possibly have that much content already planned? If you like these types of discussions and breakdowns, make sure and hit subscribe and that bell button so you don't miss my live streams, always breaking down variety gaming news, and we try to give you the goods right here at the beginning, so that way you don't have to, go searching for it in the video. This is an SNTR update. Techland plans to support Dying Light for 5 years, but what does that mean? And they've had other comments about just how long it will take to complete the game. They have clarified those comments, but now saying that they do plan to support this game for 5 years. I've got all kinds of questions about what that means for the game. If you like these types of short update videos, hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss my uploads. Now, they said the following on Twitter. They want to know, basically, they want us to know what's going to happen after the premiere. So, you want to know what will happen after the premiere? We guarantee to expand the world of Dying Light 2 Stay Human for at least 5 years post-launch with new stories, locations, in-game events, and all the fun stuff you love. They had an image attached to the tweet, and then at the bottom of it, along the bottom, it had that highlighted. Events, locations, stories, and in-game items. So they clearly are wanting to do more with the game ongoing than just deliver it one time and then sort of be done with it. So this is their plan. Now, they've also outlined their roadmap to sort of show you what to expect this year after it launches. Obviously, the game launches in February. February's jam-packed full with games. This game was originally planned to, I think, land in November 2021, then they tried to bump it to December, and then they ultimately had to make the decision to bump it to February, which I think is really rough given how many games did get pushed to February. Now, they have the roadmap showing a handful of months this year in 2022 what you'll be able to expect. March, you will get a set of challenges, and then in April, there will be a series of events, and they have Mutated Infected sort of as the theme. So April, I guess they'll be doing events, live events, things of that nature, or just a series of events that include Mutated Infected. Then May will be another set of challenges, and then June will be your first story DLC. Now, people might look at that and think, my goodness, I mean, the game launches in February, and just 4 months later, you have your first story DLC. Now, it's not surprising that a game like this would have those things planned out in advance. They wouldn't necessarily want to wait and try to build it later. I think people tend to look at this and think that it's cut content. Now, if you're worried about cut content, I don't think you have to worry about that, because it will take you 20 hours just to complete the main story. So if you're just doing the main story and you're ignoring side quests and collectibles and all that, 20 hours is a pretty solid run for a game. Then, if you want to do the main story and all of the side quests, it's 80 hours. So, pretty substantive game if you're a completionist and you want to do more than just the main storyline. I mean, 80 hours is pretty good. And then, the 500 hours, it kind of became a meme. I think they took it in stride. I think other companies were, capitalizing on it to make some jokes, which I thought it was pretty funny. But it'll take 500 hours if you want to do main and side quests, choices and endings, checking every place on the map, every dialogue, and finding every collectible. So, if you literally scour every square inch of this game, it'll take you 500 hours. So if people are worried that this game is going to be stretched too thin or that they cut things out, I think that that's an understandable concern. Sure, you can have 500 hours of content, but if it's just a bunch of map puke, as I call it, they just puke a bunch of stuff on the map and it's all repetitive and samey, as the Assassin's Creed games can fall into, that's a concern, especially if they want to do this for 5 years, support the game for 5 years. Are they aiming at live service? Are they aiming at continually evolving the map? Only time will tell. Once it's out, we will probably take a look at it on launch date to try to give you some first impressions, but you're going to have to look for those reviews to see just how good this game turned out to be. As always, hit subscribe and the bell button. I'll see you in the next one. And I'll see the rest of you right now. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Let me push a button on the stinking thing. I forgot to push it this morning. The blighting's going to keep going crazy. There we go. Don't want it too bright, and then it'll get bright, and then it'll get dim, and then it'll get bright, and then it'll get dim if I don't push that button. So, good morning and good afternoon and good evening. We could obviously take a few looks at the things that they've been trying to show us in their, in their gameplay and on their channel, as well as just get your guys' thoughts on this situation that they are now, officially stating, hey, we're planning on supporting this game for 5 years. That's a pretty big commitment for a game like this. Typically, games like this, they plan about a year of content, not 5 years of content. So extremely interested to see what exactly they have in store beyond 2022. Good morning. I'm on the Frickmas blend this morning. Nice shirt for today, given yesterday's drop. Yeah, don't say anything. Holy moly. Make sure if you're not watching Book of Boba Fett, it dipped pretty poorly in my mind in quality, and it climbed right back out, and it's yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It's gotten much better. We were very, very worried about it. I was back in October. Anyway, I think they explained the 500 hours. Isn't it like everything? Yeah, I included that. I included that in the opening talk. They basically said 500 hours if you want to max out the game, all main and side quests, all different choices, all different endings, checking every place on the map, every dialogue, and finding every collectible. Mostly that's probably going to be multiple playthroughs to get all the different endings and choices under your belt. That would be my thought. Because if it takes 80 hours to complete the game, main and side quests, I could see that rolling up to about 100 hours, given everything that's going on, right? It's like, well, 100 hours and then different endings, different choices, do it again. And that is going to add up very, very quickly. So obviously it's a weird thing. It's a really weird thing to brag about. I mean, when they first put out the post about like, yeah, it's gonna take 500 hours or whatever, that was an odd way to talk about their game. I'm curious. Let's see. Dying Light 2. Which approach would you choose? Right? Just story. 20 hours, story and side quests, 80 hours, and then everything, 500 hours. Dying Light 2, which approach would you choose? I don't even care if you're not picking the game up. If you're not picking the game up, I still want to know, which would you choose? Where would you lean? Would you just like, I'm just going to do the story, 20 hours. Oh, I'm going to do the story side quest, 80. No, I'm going to do everything, 500 hours. I want to know what you would do. Dying Light 2 DLC release schedule, like what they want to do is support the game for 5 years, and they have indicated already this year there will be 4 different things that happen for the Dying Light 2 roadmap. March will see a set of challenges, April will get a series of events with Mutated Infected, and May will be another set of challenges, and then June will be the first story DLC. It seems like their intentionality was to show people that they have many, many ways to play the game, and maybe it backfired with fans, and they feel like it's a bit too daunting to take on. It is funny that in a day and age where people say games are too small or games aren't good enough, that when they come out and they're like, yeah, it's a 500-hour game, people are like, okay, settle down. That's a little too much, right? They added a new event just this week to the game that's been out for 7 years, so them supporting Dying Light 2 for 5 years isn't crazy. Now, I appreciate you bringing that to the table, Brad. That is a good insight, I think, into their mentality. Techland supported Dying Light 1 literally all the way to now with events and DLC and updates. They have been very, very highly praised by the community for how they treated Dying Light 1. If you look at the way that a lot of those types of games typically get treated, Dying Light 1 sort of stands apart with respect to how much they've added. So that is true, right? It isn't odd for Techland to support a game this long. That's a good word, and we want to make sure that we're not acting like this is so bizarre. I can't believe they're doing this. 500 hours was just a marketing strategy. You think they did that on purpose to get everybody going crazy and talking about? I mean, it worked. It worked. Everybody talked about them. Derek says, very skeptical. I played Fallout 4 on and off, sometimes obsessively, for well over 5 years. Tons of DLC. My save file is maybe at 300 hours or so. Yeah, I think the only way you're getting to 500 hours in a game like this is you are literally replaying it multiple times to get the multiple endings. There's no other way. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no other way you're hitting 500 hours. The 500 hours thing, including what's on this roadmap, right? No, the 500 hours is the base game. They said the 500 hours is the base game. If you want to complete the main quest, the side quest, all the choices, all the endings, every collectible, every section of the map, every dialogue and every collectible. That's it. That like the only way you're going to get every dialogue, the only way you're going to get every choice and every ending is to play it multiple times. So the 500 hours thing it's not ludicrous. It's just like it's unlikely there's going to be that many people that are going to do that, right? Like what? You're counting trash pills and shell casings, right? Like how many people are going to be going through and doing all that? Now, ARXR is saying, I'm in for a treat then. Yeah, if you're a diehard Dying Light fan, no pun intended, if you're a diehard Dying Light fan, then you've got more content than you can shake a stick at. I mean, that you can do is that how you're supposed to use that saying? As it left my mouth, I was like, is that what you're supposed... No, more than you can shake a stick at. There's more outside than you can... Oh, forget it. Good morning, feed. There's more content in this game than a stick that's being shooketh in a forest where no one can hear it. That's the truth. I think that's the way you're supposed to use that saying. The point is that if you're a fan of Dying Light, you'll have more than enough to do. You're never going to run out of content. Can we talk about your t-shirt today? No, I wore it to tell you that if you stopped watching, jump back in. For frick sake, jump back in. The episodes last week and the week before, episodes 3 and 4 were kind of, they weren't bad, but they certainly weren't good either. And so it's getting back up on the horse and riding back into town like a champion. So if don't fall off with this show. That's all I'm gonna say. It's really hard to even imagine liking this kind of game enough to spend that much time. Hard to imagine it for almost any game and still being fun. It's interesting. Yes, that's it. That's a good way of phrasing it. If you guys haven't pressed the like button, feel free to do that. If you're new, hit subscribe so you can talk in my chat. Take my poll at the top of the chat. We want to hear what you think if you're a fan of Dying Light, if you're looking forward to Dying Light 2. We cover all sorts of gaming news topics here, and I thought, my gosh, they're planning to support the game for 5 years. That seems a little crazy. Let's talk about it. Well, it's not that crazy because, you know, I thought you were wearing the shirt to promote 80s Tees. Oh, you can get this shirt on 80s Tees. Yes, this shirt is from 80s Tees, but I got it on purpose because it's like, hey, it's an awesome show, right? Sorry it took me so long to respond. I was watching Eternals, going from that episode. Yeah, I was a little angry that I couldn't talk about it with anybody, so I was thankful that, like, Barrier and some other guys jumped in the spoilers room. I was like, oh my gosh! Like, as a Star Wars fan, I was losing my freaking mind. I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many things to talk about. But we're not talking about it here. We're talking about Dying Light 2. Thank you for giving us almost our first 100 likes. We only need 4 more likes for the first 100. If you've never been here before, I am a Safe for Work broadcaster. A lot of people throw me on in the background like video game radio throughout the week. So thank you for being here. The idea of a game going this long and what Derek said, like, can you like the game that much? I don't think the question is, can anybody like a game that much? The question is, can you create a content loop that can be played and enjoyed in a hobbyist way, right? That's the question. The question is not, you know, hey, can you enjoy Dying Light 2 for 5 years? Can you enjoy Dying Light 2 for hundreds of hours? Okay, no, that's not the question. I think any game can be enjoyed for hundreds of hours. I think. I'm dead serious. I think any type of game can be enjoyed for hundreds of hours. It's how you build the content loop. What will I be doing in the 5th month and the 18th month? Like, what am I doing? If you can get a game built around this idea that you can play it hobbyist and feel a sense of satisfaction, growth, progress, whatever, then I think any game can go on in perpetuity, and that's generally, I think that is the greatest challenge out there. Can you build a game that in its 18th month, I love that GIF. That's amazing. Sekiro with his little thing. That's amazing. So I would say that's how I would approach the subject. Is it always comes down to the content loop. And I think some games it's easier than others, right? Some games it's easier than others. Can you can you shoot enemies over and over and over again and have it feel satisfying? Well, yes, you can. You just got to do it in the right way. You have to trick the player into feeling as if the mundane and the tedious is satisfying. This is something that New World did a very good job with. This is something that I believe that Destiny does a very good job with. And with a game like Dying Light 2, can you make the mundane and tedious feel satisfying? Like, can I go out into the Dying Light 2 world and complete some objectives for my afternoon? And if you can make that satisfying, well, then you're going to get to the 6th month and the 7th month and beyond, and all you have to do is give me new things to do, right? One of the challenges, I think, to a game like Dying Light is, I think the zombie genre is more difficult to give a fresh feeling, is how I would say it, like booting up every day and feeling that sense of like, oh, I'm going to go and I'm going to go and kill some zombies today. I think they were smart about this for a variety of reasons, okay? I think they were smart about this at one level because at one level, when they were outlining how this game was going to work, they had the settlements, they had the investment, they had the different things and the different perks and things that you could get. And I think that's how you get people to feel a greater sense of like, I'm not just going out and killing zombies, right? You have to give players something else that's going on, whether it's upgrading a settlement, investing into different things, expanding your power, your influence, or whatever. You have to give people a tether to something other than just going out and killing zombies. Almost certainly need to be a game you want to live in. Just grinding a content loop, however fun it is, it just gets old. A persistent world you can live in could hook me, but a zombie story? Well, let's thought experiment this out. How could you make a zombie story feel like a world you want to live in? I think the answer is more simple than we might think. It would be your actions that would make the world more livable, pleasant, and enjoyable as you expand. So then, as you're doing that, they could say, hey, it's been a year and a half. We're opening up a whole new section of the city. You got to go and settle it. You got to go and clear out the zombies. There's new zombies there we've never seen before. There's new weapons and materials. There's new bad guys. There's new humans. There's new people to bring to our side. There's new pieces of the map to go in and kind of take care of. So if your influence in the game would sort of spread out like a spider web almost and like purify the game in a way, that's when I think you'd start to see that element show up of like people feeling like, oh, I do want to be in this world. I'm making the world better. I'm making the city better. I've got these relationships. I've got these settlements. I've got these gangs that work for me or whatever. That's how I think you would do it in Dying Light 2. And I think they're actually setting their sights on that to a certain degree. It seems like the different things that you'll be doing in the game will be impacting the world and the people and your power and the stuff that you have at your disposal, whether it's water or, you know, getting these guys to do stuff for you, things like that. I think that's when you're going to start to feel that sense of like, oh, I want to log back in tomorrow because This settlement now has like clean water and stronger barricades, and their workshop's been upgraded. I'm going to go tomorrow to this other settlement and start working on their stuff. Like, that's, I think, how you're going to do, they'd have to do it. Living settlements, persistent world, yeah, that's how they'll have to do it. And from what I can tell, that seems to be one of the things that they're attempting to do with Dying Light 2. So if you're just tuning in, we are covering Dying Light 2 DLC release and what they've planned out. They've already got the roadmap for this year planned out. And beyond that, they have stated that they will be supporting this game for at least 5 years. And so we're asking people at the top of the chat with that poll there, we want to know, what do you do in a game like this? How do you approach it? This type of game, they're stating you can beat the entire game in 20 hours if you just do the main story. They said that it'll take 80 hours if you want to do story and side quests, and it'll take 500 hours to do everything. Now, we should probably take a look at the roadmap. Let's take a look at the roadmap. I'm in front of the important part here. Let me get down here out of the way. So here's their roadmap that outlines. I actually think whoever designed this roadmap, they didn't do the greatest job. So a little bit of feedback to the art department. These boxes and these lines, I'm like, what the frick? So it's a little unclear right at first on what exactly you're going to be doing. So right here, February, the game launches, and factions inspired free DLCs. So that's just going to be in the game at launch. Now down here is where I'm circling. That's set of challenges 1 hitting in March, and then up here at the top, series of events, mutated infected. Now that starts in April, and then you have to come back down here, May, set of challenges 2, that lands in May, and then June, first story DLC. Now they have an asterisk next to that, which says down here behind me, let me get out of the way. So down here it says paid content. So when you see an asterisk, that means it's paid content. So you're not getting that for free, okay? That means that the rest of this stuff is free. Like the challenges are free, series of events is free. That stuff is free. Now it's funny. It says set of challenges. Now, series of events has this phrasing underneath of it, starts in April. So that's probably going to be something limited time then. It'll start in April. It'll then likely have an end date. Now, over here above me is where it gets a little ambitious, but it shouldn't surprise fans of Dying Light 1. Techland supported Dying Light 1 for a pretty long time. And so none of this is really shocking to people who have been following Dying Light as a franchise for the last 7 years. Now, 5+ years of support. Now, there'll be a second story DLC, new weapons, new enemies, new stories, new events, new free and paid DLCs, and much more. So right now they have plans to do a first and second story DLC, but as far as I'm reading this, they also want to go beyond that with more free and paid DLCs in addition to the second story DLC. So this seems to me, when I look at this roadmap, I just sort of off the cuff make a judgment. This seems to me like they're fully embracing the idea of being a live service game, an ongoing supported game with challenges, events, DLC, the full suite of support that games like this typically get. So if you're just tuning in and you've never been here before, we break down games, we break down gaming news, and we appreciate you being here. Hit subscribe, hit the bell button so you don't miss these live shows. I am safe for work, so a lot of the people here are just listeners, man. They throw me on, keep me on in the background like video game radio. I'll be in your sub feed all week. We want to hear from you, by the way. There's a poll at the top of the chat. Dying Light 2, which approach would you choose? Just story, 20 hours, story and side quests, 80 hours, or everything at 500 hours? 50% of you are selecting, I didn't think this was going to happen, 50% of you are selecting story and side quest, 80 hours. Just story is getting 14%, and then everything is getting 35%. I am absolutely shocked at these results on the poll. I'm not kidding around. I thought that just story would run away with it, and then story and side quests would be in second place, and that everything at 500 hours would bring up the rear. It is the exact opposite of my prediction. Story and side quest is leading it, everything is in second place, and just story is lagging behind. So you guys that are here today, you're either big Dying Light fans, or just as a gamer in general, you're just thinking as a gamer, you're like, well, I'm not going to get the game, but if I did get the game, I would approach it as a completionist. I would do as much as possible. That's actually very, very interesting. Would you recommend buying this game a few months after launch? Listen, I've not played it, okay? So what I'm about to say is not based on gameplay or my feedback. If you're planning on getting this game, if you like the last one, if you like these types of games, I'm pretty confident, based on the developer's history, okay, and how they treated the first game, I'm confident you can buy this game vanilla launch day and be very satisfied with your purchase. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm simply saying I don't like doing that. Yeah, you should buy it. I have not played it, but my argumentation is very simple. Based on their history with Dying Light 1, based on everything they've said about Dying Light 2 and what will be in it, based on this commitment here in this roadmap, I think you can buy the game at launch and you'll be satisfied with your purchase if you like these types of games, especially if you liked the last one. East Coast Overlord with 5 months of membership. Welcome back. 5 months of listening to a man tell me about a ton of games, most of which I won't play. Love the coverage. Can't get enough of it. Thank you. I'm continuing to sample one of the Rageless Roast coffee flavors that we're going to try to launch for spring summer. And I'm settling. I'm settling on this one. I really like it. It's very good. Dying Light is a really good game. Not too surprised by the results, says Julio. I'll wait for sure. I could see a lot of people waiting for this for one simple reason, okay? I could see a lot of people waiting for one simple reason. February is freaking nuts. I'm serious. I could see a lot of people saying, man, I'm going to hold off. I'm going to hold off. Yeah, I'm continuing to drink number 1, creature. I'm going to hold off, brother. Hey, February is nuts. You've got 1 credit on Audible. Oh, that's right. I got to use my credit on Audible for another audiobook. I'm almost done with Peterson's book. I need to find my next book. I don't know, man. Lots of people feeling pretty skittish about new games these days. I can currently count on one finger the games I'm looking at to buy on day 1. I actually do not hold anything against people that are skittish or hesitant or like, dude, I don't know, man. February's really full. I can only buy 1 game. I'm going to buy this game. Like, I can see a lot of people right here, right now. I'm just kidding. I can see a lot of people right here, right now saying, I'm going to go with Forbidden West, or I'm going to go with Elden Ring, and that's it. Yeah, I watched last night, Chris, but we're not talking about it. It was a doozy, but we're not talking about it. I made a speculation on Twitter, but I don't want to even get into that either. So thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being here and for clicking the like button and the subscribe button and all the buttons. Let's set our sights on the next like milestone of 200. I love meeting new people from the gaming community. If you're new and love Dying Light 2 or Dying Light 1, we want to hear from you, right? We want to hear from you. I love meeting new folks. We're here every day, Monday through Friday, breaking down gaming news. I know. I gotta keep it under a lock, Chris. I gotta keep it locked up tight because I want to talk about it. Never been so excited for February before. Yeah, February's not really a month that you typically look forward to. Like June or July for summer vacation, maybe April or May, maybe March for spring break or something, December and November for the holidays. But like February is just such a random month. Like, yeah, February, Valentine's Day and taxes. Like, no, it's not typically a month that people really get amped for. But this year, February is looking very, very good. I refuse to buy any more because every time I buy it, it comes to Game Pass. Well, I mean, okay, Mr. Game Pass, we know you, Big Mad Mo. You should change your name to Big Microsoft Mo. I think that would be better. Horizon Forbidden West and Elden Ring on February. Those collector's editions have me on the short side of the month. Girlfriend was not happy. I wish I would have bought some of those, get some new decorative items for the office, you know, something to set. I can put stuff like right here. I can set stuff like right here. If I do it right, it won't block. If I do it right, it won't block the coffee either. We might be able to put Clappy here. There's a little claptrap. He's blocking one of the coffee flavors. That's okay. He'll draw attention. He'll draw attention to the coffee. He's telling you that you should get some. I'm fine with Phil Jr. Incorrect. Shortest month is the best month. Why? Oh, I never realized that people liked short months. I didn't think people had preferences. That is true. I would say more than half the games just go to Game Pass. So why bother wasting money? But that's not necessarily true. I mean, it is true for games like this. Hang on, I'm trying to fiddle with the autofocus. Come on, find Daddy. There we go. Quit looking at Hulk. It keeps wanting to grab Hulk. Clappy should be holding a coffee bag. Oh, it would block. I don't think he can. He's not really built for that. He's built to hold a controller. I'm always worried I'm going to break. Yeah, I'm going to break his arms if I bend him too much. I had to kind of like, he has like a little. We will never, ever speak of this. Okay, it's back in. He has this little shelf, but it would block his face. So, anyways, let's put him back before we make anything. Before we make anything worse. What? Death's Door did not release on Game Pass a week later. That's true. That's true. That is true. It doesn't always happen, right? Neil deGrasse Tyson voice. The leap year is not random. 4 weeks, 28 days exactly. None of that weird 4.5 week things. Oh, that coffee. That coffee is good. I think you guys are going to like it. My wife made me a breakfast sandwich this morning. Agent Atwood, with half a year of support. Shout for the starts chat. Look at the message in the live chat in Discord. Huh? Oh, on your Rock video, rumors are circulating that it's Mortal Kombat. They just confirmed a sequel's in production. Oh. They're saying he may be Shao Kahn. Nice, Atwood. That's not a bad prediction. That's not a bad prediction. Wait, new coffee? It's improved significantly, Sean Edwards. You're going to regret not picking it back up. Just push through. There's a couple not so great episodes, but yes, keep going. Yeah, we're going to be launching a new coffee flavor. The holiday blend, the Frickmas blend, is starting to get lower and lower, and then we're going to try to have a spring-summer flavor for you. So Frickmas will be here every fall holiday, and then we're going to try to have also an annual summer-spring flavor. So get your coffee orders in, go to 80s Tees and get a shirt. Check out Displate. That's where those back there have come from. Thank you for being here today. Hitting the sub button, hitting the like button, taking the poll at the top of the chat. As I said, this poll is surprising to me. It's been up for 25 minutes and already 300 votes, so get your votes in at the top of the chat there. Dying Light 2 DLC release is the main subject. We've looked at the roadmap. We've taken a peek at everything coming. But I want to know at the top of the chat, which approach would you choose? 20 hours and just do the story, 80 hours with story and side quests, or 500 hours you want to do literally everything? I am still blown away by the results here that most of you are picking the 80 hours, and then second in line is 500 hours with the 20 hours bringing up the rear. So, he'd make a great Shao Kahn. I mean, the way he described it, it definitely could be that kind of a game. Mortal Kombat, he says it's one he's played for years. He's like, it's a bad butt game that I've played for years. So I don't know. No, the flavor's not out yet. No. No, the flavor's not out yet. I am tasting a test flavor right now. They sent me 3 samples, and this one's very, very good. If I was only getting 20 hours, I wouldn't pay 60. Really? Like, if I get 20 hours out of a single-player game, I'm pretty satisfied. But I think one of the reasons that I'm surprised by what you guys have said on the poll is because that's not me. That's not me. I would just play the story. I'd get my 20 hours and I'd be like, "You're dope. See ya," and I'd be good. Was hoping for Gears. I agree. I thought Gears he'd be a great fit for it. I thought that's what we were going to see, is a Gears of War movie. With the Gears of War potential collector's edition coming, I thought it could have been a congruence there. Do both at the same time. My friend took next Friday off to play this game since it's co-op all the way through. Oh, Snoop, you and your friend did. Now, did they fix this in Dying Light 1? All you Dying Light fans, help me out here. So when Dying Light first launched, 6 or 7 years ago, they had... I'm going to scoot forward. It should help the camera. They had something weird with co-op. They did this thing where me and my buddy, we booted up day one, and I played with my buddy for like 2 or 3 hours. And all of his stuff was saved, all of his progress was saved, and mine was not. I had to go do everything all over again. The answer is yes, they fixed it. It literally soured it for us. It was like, wait a minute, are we not supposed to play together? Why would it not save my progress? What on earth? This is the weirdest thing ever. This is so bizarre. We played through Dying Light 1 4-person co-op the whole way. Well, yeah, if you keep booting up on one person's save and they don't do anything when you're at work or sleeping, they fixed it, says Murray and Snoop. Okay. So, rest assured, you won't have that experience in Dying Light that I had, because I was so angry. I remember I booted my game up the next day, and I was like, I'm going to work on some stuff while I wait for my buddy to get online. And I hadn't done anything. I hadn't done any of the missions. I hadn't done any of the dialogue. I was like, excuse me? I was like, we played for like 3 hours yesterday. So I had to wait for him to get online, and then I always had to play with him. So we were like, well, and it was fine because we had schedules that lined up, but it basically meant that, like, I told him, I was like, you can't do anything unless you're playing with me, or I won't be able to be there for it. I won't get credit for it. I won't get it. I won't get the items or the dialogue or the story elements. It was a bummer. It was a bummer, but it certainly was something that they needed to fix. So I'm glad to hear that they fixed it. Anything you collect and levels you carry into your world, but the progress is separate. The world progress is separate. Wait. So world progress is separate. Let me ask you something then. Does that mean then, if I do a bunch of story missions with you and you're the host, do I not get credit for those in my world? Because isn't that going to progress the world in Dying Light 2? If I go and help some guy named Sam, and Sam has me do a bunch of stuff, and we reinforce some barricades or get pure, clean water or something, and I do that in your game, are you telling me that I won't get the progress in my game then? That seems really odd. Why wouldn't you just have instanced NPCs and instant settlements? You guys are saying no. Nope and nope. Matt and some name I can't pronounce. Jesse Ginyu. I'm going to call you Ginyu. Ginyu and Matt are saying no. They said your co-op is separate from your friends. Huh? Far Cry has the co-op only save on the host side. That's why I stopped playing. Well, no, Far Cry, you just bring in some random person. It's not like an actual saved character. It won't go in your game because of the choices. That's not a co-op then. That's just a help system. People are going to be, again... you know, I don't want to beat up a game before it's out. I respect these guys. I think they've done good work. I think they treated the first game really, really well. They clearly seem ambitious about the title, and they really, really want to support it. But dadgummit, that sounds stupid. That sounds stupid. Like, if I play with you for 3 or 4 hours, I'm not progressing my world. So then I'm going to go progress my world and be over-leveled, be stronger, have stronger stuff. My character's going to have more weapons and strength. You know what I mean? Because when you play co-op and only. Why? What do you mean? But what do you mean play co-op only? So you have somebody that's just the dedicated host that like, listen, dude, you can't do anything unless we're all online together because you're going to progress your world and we want to be a part of it. This time around, we are only going to play the game if we both play. Well, it sounds like you have to if you want your world progression to feel sensible. Even Crackdown shares progress. Again, I don't want to beat the game up before it comes out, but that seems so backwards. That doesn't make any sense. If I could join and play in your game and have it be unique to your specific universe, that would really be tempting for me. I've always wanted to let people visit my version of the Wasteland. Well, here's the thing. They could do that, Derek, because it would be called instanced settlements. So when you and I go into settlement, we'll call it Sam's Town. Sam's got this great town, and we're helping Sam with his town, okay? And I make choices to give him clean water, and you make choices to give him a workshop, a workbench, okay? So in your world, that's your choice, and when you go to Sam's town, you see those results. And when I go to my version, I don't see that. I can't interact with the workbench because it's not there in my world. I went with the clean water. And then, depending on who's hosting, you could do that. You could say, oh, let's do host override. And if I say, hey, come to my world, let's do host override. I want to show you everything I've been working on. You can come to my world, play in my world, and experience it and see everything I've done, and vice versa. Like, I could come into yours and do host override, and then I would see all of your decisions and all of your choices. You see what I'm saying? I think you could do both. To me, and I'm saying this as somebody who prefers co-op over PvP. I'm not really cut out for PvP anymore. I'm a grumpy old man, and I get sour really quick, and I get grumpy, okay? And I get angry and don't want to play, right? And so I'm thinking as a PvE co-op minded player, the last thing I want to do is boot up a game, play for 3 or 4 hours with you, and help you do a bunch of stuff, and it means nothing for my progress. Like, I'm so glad that you get your world to expand and evolve, but that seems so backwards. Yes, please, a game that lets us visit each other's timeline. Yeah, like Spider-Man. Yo, what's good, McDO9? I thought they fixed the progress stuff with the story DLC. Maybe I'm wrong. I remember doing a bunch of co-op, and I don't remember having progression issues. Matt says I don't disagree. Yeah, I wouldn't think anybody would disagree with that. That just seems absolutely backwards to have a game that's building itself around the idea of you investing in the world, and your world doesn't progress if you're playing in your buddy's game. I don't know. I don't know. Does it have good health care? Shut up. I game more than my friends, so we're playing together on his world, but I'll play mine solo. Well, right, you can go and do stuff and get stuff done and then come and play with him. You ruined Spider-Man, I haven't seen it. Okay. You'll be alright. Being able to see how your universe in-game has been made different by you, I would absolutely love that. Well, I mean, it sounds like you would like this game by yourself, and then obviously you could have people come and play with you, but you wouldn't want to play in somebody else's world because it wouldn't do much for you. But yeah, That's what this game does. You have choices that have consequences. Do you side with these guys and get clean water, or do you side with these guys and get better weaponry? Do you side with these guys and they keep the streets clean, or do you side with these guys and they're going to give you, better armor, right? The prologue has spoiled an IGN. Ghost saw it. What the heck are you saying? Stay off the internet if you care that much. I think he's kidding around, Sven. If you haven't seen Spider-Man by now, you can't get on the internet and not expect to see spoilers. Yeah, I've seen plenty of articles where just like the thumbnail for the article is a spoiler. So you're taking your life in your own hands. That's for sure. The problem is if you play your own solo while not playing with your buddy, you get all the cool upgrades, you get OP, and then your buddy feels left behind. Visit my world, but I seriously would enjoy coming into like the Lono timeline to see what you've done differently. General spoiler window is 2 weeks. I've been giving people about a month, Wheezy, because of the sickie, but yeah, I can't keep people quiet after a month, homie. That's not reasonable. I definitely ask people to not intentionally do it in chat and to use the spoiler room in the Discord, just because we live in a different time now. It's a lot harder for people to go see movies, so I definitely miss repeat theater because we would be able to discuss that kind of stuff. Yeah, Necro. You can't check anything these days. They'll spoil it with the dadgum thumbnail. You got to go dark until you watch the episode or the movie. You really do. They will immediately start putting stuff out there. I can't believe I got all the way just this last weekend. I somehow got all the way to that last weekend with no spoilers for Spider-Man. I don't know how the frick I did it. I think it's because I just didn't bring it up. I didn't talk about it. I think everybody assumed I saw it, so they didn't say anything, right? So if you're just tuning in, we're talking about a whole host of things. We are talking about, you can see here the roadmap, the Dying Light 2 DLC release plan, and what you think about it. They're planning to support it for 5 years. We have a poll at the top of the chat. How are you going to approach the game? They did have that sort of, I don't know if I'd call it a controversy. They sort of got in the headlines because they said the game would take 500 hours, and then they corrected it. And they said if you just do the story, it's 20. If you do all story and side quests, it's 80. And if you do literally everything, every collectible, every ending, every dialogue choice, every section of the map, it's 500 hours. I want to know how you would approach this game. If you've never been here before, we'd love to meet you. Hit subscribe. It is free to subscribe. It lets you talk in my chat. I'll be in your sub feed all week on YouTube doing a live gaming talk show like this, and I am safe for work, so lots of folks just throw me on in the background throughout the day and treat me like video game radio. We love to have you here. We'd love to see our first coffee order of the day. If you haven't ever ordered my coffee before, chat will tell you how amazing it is. We also have various sponsors that you can use to support us directly. You can use the $ at the bottom of chat as well if you want to support directly with a paid membership or with a tip. So thanks for being here. Pressing the like button and subscribing is free. That's really all we need you to do. Smash that thumbs up button. Give us our next milestone of 200 likes. Getting crumbs on my mouse pad. I hate that. Golly. I go to use my mouse and I just feel the little rough the little rough crumbs from the toast this morning of the breakfast sandwich. Can I share a link? No, you cannot share links in my chat, and I will not give you permission to. If you've got the guts, hit the join button. That's right. Sounds like they made a game that you can complete pretty quickly and then leave and come back with plenty of stuff to do so you don't get burned out by it. That's actually a pretty interesting way to look at it. Is that you can complete it quickly if you want, and then if not, you can just decide to say, hey, I'm going to come back later and do all this. That's PS4 Pro footage. Yeah, it really held the game back, Just looks like an average. That looks like a regular Nintendo game. So can you go react on new gameplay for Dying Light? Type in YouTube IGN Chinese. Wait, so it's official? It's on YouTube? They have new footage? You said it's on the IGN Chinese channel? IGN China Dying Light 2 is a predicted search term. 3 days ago, they uploaded a video called Dying Light 2 Stay Human 10 minutes of gameplay. All right. Okay, Ghost. You're being helpful, even though it's been a little difficult to understand some of the things you're trying to say. So this is official IGN China. It's not region blocked. I'm logged in and watching it, so we're not going to run any issues watching this. We have it here. We have someone running. You can tell they have the motion blur on. Gosh, I hate that. That's a nice jump. That is a heck of a jump. Oh, well, not a bad strategy, though, as long as that rock doesn't fall that you're holding on to. Jiminy Christmas. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. What? Well, there's somebody up on the hill. It's emulated on the Switch. Where are you today? Yeah. What the frick? Sorry, my grammar is bad. I'm not English. Oh, okay. That's why it's been difficult to understand you. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. Zombie shoutcasting on split screen. If you're just tuning in to the Zombie Marathon qualifiers, we're watching Dave here as he attempts to climb up the mountainside. Well-placed leaf outgrowths are dictating where he can grab and where he can't grab. Really great jumps here. No real slipping except for just there on that last ledge. Now he's looking for a grab spot and he sees one, but he's going to have to loop around. This guy might have to lend him a helping hand. And nope, he's just going to leave him to his own devices. There it is. Give that helping hand. This guy looks like he's not happy to see you, but that's okay. He'll help you out. Motion blur, lens flares, chromatic aberration. Yeah, just turn all that crap on. Can I get... I want a game with more film grain, more motion blur, really low FOV. Yeah, this is Dying Light 2. Yeah. We are watching this, just to let you know where we're watching this. This is on the IGN China channel. IGN China. I mean, every time I play these games, people tell me China #1. So, I mean, that's, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's clear they are. They got the footage. They got the footage first. This guy is Spike? Okay. All right. This guy is Spike. I was about to say, yeah, I'm not playing. We're watching footage on the IGN China channel. And it looks like there's a beehive right there. That looks terrible. What kind of a... I can't read the heads-up display. If you're Chinese, you might have to help us out here. Oh, no. Oh, no, thank you. What's he doing? What's he doing with that bug? Is he going to eat it? Here you see Diane, stupid idiot. Still waiting for her soup. Over here's Carl. He's my friend, but he's a drunk. This guy's a little loose. This guy's got a couple screws loose, man. Oh, a dinner party. Hey, everybody. Oh, man, what a great home. So pleasant. Look at all these people, man. They're having a great time. Let's go for a dip. Oh, here we go. That's what you want to see in your pool. A glowing red dead body. This lifeguard sucks. Worst lifeguard ever. Oh, we got something over here. A picture of Bryce Dallas Howard when she was a kid with, I don't know who the frick that is. Oh, well. For some reason, he was wearing jeans and no shirt, and his shirt decayed faster than his jeans, maybe. I don't know. I don't know about that, but well, let's go. Let's continue browsing here through the house, through the homestead here. We another glowing clue. Oh, they turned it down. They might not have liked him at this point. I'm really piecing this together. They love triangle. I see 3 pictures. I'm sorry. Hang on, I want to read this. I ran from you. They say that if the virus turns you, you're gone forever. That can't be true. I know you're still in there, underneath all the pain and disease. I'm coming to join you. No more running. Well, that's a letter that means that they decided to look at the pretty flowers, I guess. He's like, have a seat. It's one of the only seats that doesn't have a dead body on it. Yeah, they don't look... These types of games don't really shoot for that kind of graphical fidelity, Derek. Like, they definitely look nice, but these types of games don't look like viscerally, gruesomely real. Now, on a PC, if you turn the settings all the way up, you probably would get a very better picture. This also is a muddy capture. However they capture this, it's a little muddy. It's got a lot of blur going on. It's not very clear. Nice creature, nice. Well, we'll look at that tomorrow, maybe. Because a lot of people are curious about that creature. What was that? What was that? Was that a lizard? What ran over there? What is it? Is that a person? Wait, there's people coming. There's zombies. Oh my gosh! He's doing parkour! Zombie parkour! Look out, you idiot! He's glowing! This tutorial says, if the parkour jumping witch gets above you and she's a level 1, hit her in the head with a baseball bat and you will succeed. That's what it said. There she goes. Holy frick! This is not... Oh my gosh! No! You're about to get swarmed, bro. You better back up. Oh, she's helping, kind of. Oh! She uses them like trampolines. She's called Banshee. There she goes again. She's leaving. Get rid. Oh, she shoots too. This is not what you want to see, ladies and gentlemen. This this parkour zombie. She is not messing around. Get rid of her trampolines, bro. Get rid of them. You can do it. Here she comes. Take away her tramps. Oh no. There you go. Quit missing. You golly frick. Are we watching a geriatric play this game? Get up in there, man. Fight her. That's it. There it is. You show her who Babe Ruth is. Oh my gosh. Another one. I hate games like this. They just keep coming out of the woodwork. Ooh, the side dodge though. Here it is. Here it is. Down she goes. This is going to be an easy cleanup for Babe Ruth. 1, 2, and down they go. Here. I have a circuit board. You can... Forget you, man. Let me in, dude. I got a circuit board. You can plug it into the wall. The combat is so bad. It's so terrible. That didn't look that bad. Sorry, we don't have any audio, so I'm just trying to... I'm just trying to add to the... Just trying to add a little bit of artistic work here. Run, dude! It's nighttime. It's nighttime. Oh my gosh, that was a grandma. Go! She's gonna knit you a sweater and strangle you with it. Go! Yeah, I'll do more sound effects. I tried to do some heavy breathing for you, and I inhaled some of my breakfast sandwich. Frick! Let us in, bro. Let us in, bro. Come on, man. There's zombies out here. Go, check it out. What? What do you want me to do? Come on, man. Let us in. We got supplies. I'm gonna kick the door down, bro. I look like Johnny Bernthal. That's my calling card. Ooh. Oh, I broke my ankle. It's time to leave your friend. Here we have another fisticuffs breaking out on the rooftop. Old Billy and Bobby just can't seem to shake the zombies or get inside. Will they survive? Tune in next week to find out. Oh, kick me in the jimmy. Oh. He just keeps kicking him. He just keeps kicking him. Come on up. They call me Bruce Lee. There it is. There it is. There's the kick. There it is. Get the kill shot. Ooh, nice. See, but you got to worry. You got to worry about that. The durability. You got to worry about the durability of the bat. You have to worry about the durability of the bat. Dang it. I got infected watching that. Oh, golly. Oh my. If you're just tuning in, I'm not dying, I promise. The IGN China YouTube channel has 10 minutes of Dying Light 2 gameplay that we were watching. Hydrate, baby. Yeah, I'm dying. I inhaled bread. That's ill-advised, by the way. If you're eating toast in the morning, don't do that to yourself. Whew. That is rough. You guys want to watch it again? We'll watch. What, you want to watch it again? I'm not going to cast it again. No, we can't do that. The magic is gone. The thrill is gone. Hey, somebody ordered some coffee. A bag of Frickmas and a bag of Light to before 1 is 0. Okay. I hope they drop the English version. Oh, yeah, for real. I actually got a zombie infection watching that. Looks terrible? I didn't think it looked that bad. I thought it looked like another Dying Light. I don't know. I thought it looked like the better than the last game, at least. I don't know. What did you guys think? I'm going to switch my vote to 50 hours of gameplay. In light of the recent discoveries in the gameplay that you just put on display, I would like to adjust or amend my vote. The gentleman from Alabama is reserving his right to adjust his vote. I'm going to switch it to 27 hours after seeing that display of gameplay. Those 10 minutes were not good at showcasing the game. I know it's gameplay, but I'm a little worried. I know I can be pretty critical of things I don't like, but that looks nothing like the footage they showed a few months ago. Well, then let's do a comparison, shall we? Let's do a comparison. All right, hang on a minute now. All right, hang on. Everybody's getting all cranky. Okay. Dying Light 2. Where's their channel? The problem was it was nighttime too, and it's also, I'm telling you, that wasn't a good capture. Here we go. Let's check this out. We got a 4K video. Looks like this was captured a little bit better. That capture for that IGN China channel, I'm telling you, whatever capture method they use, it did not look very good. The Chinese gameplay was running on a Switch. Is this game launching on Nintendo Switch? You're talking gameplay. But it doesn't look any different. Like, okay, let's get to some gameplay here. She's kicking rocks and she's being grumpy. Here we go. It's like, no, let me go. Carlos is out there. I gotta save him. We were gonna buy a house. Well, not really buy it. It's empty and we're gonna move into it. I love you. Forget Carlos. Carlos, it's me. It's over. There's a place down there called Chicken Pie. Is that Rosario Dawson? That is. Yeah, that is. She's got to go shave first. Listen to me now. This bag has everything you need in it. It's got a banana, a gun, and a razor blade. There you go. It says jump on it. Yeah, that's right. It's a jump kit. You jump. If you eat the banana on the way down, you'll be all right. See ya. Gliding through the city. What a great... You went 20 feet, bro. You could have gone a lot farther. This looks fine. This is gameplay. This isn't fake or spruced up. Was that money? Ah, yes. A settlement to land in. Safe, welcoming, with red flags to indicate their allegiances. Nope. Going over here. Office Plaza. I hear they're hiring on the 3rd floor. Ooh. Ooh. Blah. Blah. And, oh, no, here we go. I'm here to apply for the new position. Nope. See how much more smooth this is compared to the last video? That's what I'm saying, though. I don't think the last video wasn't smooth. I'm telling you, Eugene, if you use a bad capture method, it will make gameplay look like garbage. Get it, bro. You owe me money. Oh, these are updrafts. I understand. Updrafts of money being burned in the city below. Well, that worked out nice. You can still get the Forbidden West Collector's Edition on Sony's website, a statue of Aloy in the machine for decoration. Really? Let me in, bro. Let me in. Open up. Come on, dude. Hey. You love split screen? This isn't split screen. It's slowly devolved into it. Hey, man. We can get you inside, but you gotta pierce your ear first. You gotta look like me. See? I'm giving you the side eye. Just so you know. See how he's shaking and stuff? I swear that's something in Chrome or on Windows. Like watching videos sometimes in Chrome or on Windows, like I get this weird shake, like jitter thing going on. That's happening on my monitor. I don't know what that is. I don't know why it's doing that. All right, bro. We talked about it. You can come in. I'm gonna watch you, punk. You make one wrong move, and I will make you eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich outside in your underwear. That's our hazing process. Oh, and one more thing. You can call me Grandpa. If you don't like calling me Grandpa, you can call me Blackbeard the Magnificent. I can climb up there, no problem. Sounds good, buddy. If you're down for a snuggle later, I'll be on the 3rd floor. Hey, folks! We're here to rob ya! Oh, no. Ugh, it's the bad guys. What do you want? We don't have any money. We're not here for money. We're here for your toes. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, he jumped off his back. Watch your sides. What? Ooh, okay. Good blocking, good blocking, good form. And his head comes off in a beautiful display of blood. The jump side kick. The frick? Get stomped on, bro. And you can call me Nighthawk. Not my toes. What's good, Lucy? What's going on here? We're watching Dying Light gameplay and doing Mystery Science Theater. Ah, here it is. If you flip this, ooh, that's right, and flip this to on, we've got electricity. Well, knowing what I know about zombie games, this is probably really loud, and now there's zombies coming. Yeah, right here. Unplug, plug in, and we get free cable. Can't wait to watch HBO. Let's see. Ah, yes, put my little wiener in here, turn it on. And I know exactly the switch. It's this one. I am extremely sorry. This is typically a safer work stream. I shouldn't have said that. Yo, what's good, Snow? Ah, yes. You've upgraded this place into a bastion of fire and flags. We are ready to take over the world. That's an awful... Can you imagine? Look how much resources they're wasting. Constantly having fires burning. What on earth? You could store that gasoline and do something with it. I got fired. Thanks. Come in here, Johnson. You were watching a stream the other day and a man said wiener. Well, even with a name like Johnson, we can't tolerate that here. You're fired. Oh, look at this little town. Let's go down and take over it. That fish is mean mugging me. Do you see that sign? Why's it gotta be so rude? That guy is talking to his 2x4. What's in here? Come down here. Oh, see, they're living. They got a bar. That's all you need. You're good. You are good. Oh, she's standing guard. Listen, I know I'm pretty, but that's not why I'm in this game. I'm gonna kill you later. Oh my gosh, a beer bottle. Would you settle down?
Listen, I had too much to drink and now I can't see straight. I'm gonna fall over. Are you my mother? This shirt doesn't fit me anymore. I've let myself go. I can't even button the bottom 2 buttons. Oh,
he's drunk. I can gather that.
I braided my beard this morning. What do you think? Does it make me look pretty? I'm gonna lay down before I die. Just kidding. Hair of the dog, you know.
Wait. What? Here you go. This is what you need. Before I give it to you, you have to say pretty please.
I'm not saying pretty please to you, boy.
Listen, if you say pretty please, he'll give it to you, okay? It's just his way.
I don't say pretty please to no man. Even as drunk as I... Oh, and another thing. Screw you. Screw you, okay? I got ambitions. I got things I want to do, like join the circus or spit in your eye, whichever comes first.
Wait, what happened? We just jumped scenes. We left the door open? Can you shut that? Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody! They're giving away free tacos over here. We got a report about free tacos, and there's a bit of a security situation now. Can we get some backup down here? They don't have enough taco shells. What do you mean, just use cheese? That doesn't make any sense. Time to go. This place is coming unhinged. Ah, sunlight. Oh my gosh!
Where's the tacos, bro? Oh.
We heard you got We're here for the meat and the taco shells.
I got something special for you. Yeah.
Broken ribs and something in his face. Oh, slow-mo. Jump off his back and kick. And I can kick. And I'm 50. The world is exploding. What's happening over there? Tell me when Disney's making Daredevil. Objective updated. We did it. Is this game mainly melee combat? Yeah.
Lead douche.
Oh man, this guy's like Batman. Huh. Oh, look at this. Look at how many places he can go. Hey, Mortar Man. I got something special I'm cooking up for you. You ready? See ya, bud. Ooh, right on the noggin. He does not know his name anymore. Let's dismantle this. What are you, just pulling on the fuse? Wouldn't there be a better way to do that?
Oh, it's bedlam down there. Time to put out the fires.
I drank extra coffee this morning. I'm primed and ready to go. Interrupted. Whew. And step right up. Get your head sliced off in the competition called Head Slicer. I'm not very creative. Jump, kick. Ooh, that one hurt. Block, 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 and slice. Gonna make you dance, boy. Oh, he's dead. Time to fly. Hey, you shouldn't stand on those fan blades. What if they... Oh, he shot him with a bow and arrow. Oh, the slow-mo in the midair, in the chest.
Come over here. I got a machete made out of teeth.
Ugh. Ugh. Oh, his head came clean off. Look at the parkour. And ground slam. They're like, Jiminy Christmas, you're oh, I thought they were going to talk about his weight. That's not very kind. This footage is head and shoulders above the new stuff. What happened? I don't know, Eugene. The game's not out yet. We'll have to play it. Gonna run along this wall. Come over here. These are very, very well-placed billboards. This is great. That guy's got a bow and arrow just waiting to shoot it. Ouch. That is not a way to... That's not a proper way to use a hammer. We're going to have to cite you guys for work violations. This work environment is not up to OSHA standards. All right? You up here playing with your mortar. He threw a rock at you. Oh, my goodness. Wait, why would you do that first? They could kill you. Ow. Why would you go for the objective first?
Listen, boys, I'm going to swing this hammer.
Nice combo. See you in the sequel, B. All right, back to putting out this fuse with my bare hands. There's no other way to do that, I guess. And we're flying. I will say, we're poking fun of the game and being silly, but the traversal and the freedom of movement is pretty cool. Like, going through that entire area, that was pretty dope. Get in here, Rosario Dawson. We got a standoff.
Yeah, you barged in here and promised me more. Oh, you got blood in my ear. Why'd you do that?
Oof, oof. Time for a boxing match. Ugh, kicked in the jimmy. Oh, man, I'm seeing stars. Oh! Well, I mean, that was thrilling. That really was thrilling. I feel better watching that. That was a great comparison. That was a great comparison to the other footage. If you enjoyed that absolute, complete, and utter nonsense, captured in-game, some scenes have been edited. Oh, hang on. So this was all captured in-game. bumper jump. If you're new and haven't ever been here before, we are discussing Dying Light 2's DLC release, and we were watching some gameplay footage to see just what it looked like. And I thought it looked pretty good, but there was new footage on the IGN China channel. This is brand new footage, and folks were saying that they didn't think it looked very good. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you something right now. This has been captured really poorly. Just look how muddy and blurry it is. I don't think there's anything wrong with this footage. I think they captured it with, I don't know, either a capture card that wasn't having the frame rate and the resolution set properly. So there's all these jitters and stutters. You know what I'm saying? He's like, perfect. Dust his hands off. I'm gonna make a new life here. Good job, buddy. I saw you jump that gap. It was pretty impressive, but now you got to climb up here. Hopefully you got that upper arm strength. I'm one of the few people in the world that doesn't see the big deal with Rosario. I can't comment. I can't comment without breaking like 18 different rules. So we're just going to watch this gameplay footage. Yeah, this has been captured poorly. You can tell. Okay, a couple of things. They might even be playing this on something like that can't do good rendering. Like that, everything is blurry. Like, look at the textures on the bushes and the trees and stuff. That's not being fully rendered. I don't know what this is. And then that right there, the lighting in the rocks looks great. Yeah, it looks like a PS3 grade. Yeah, there's something wrong here. Again, it could have been how they captured it. It could be that they're playing on a weaker system to show off, like, here's what it'll look like on the Nintendo Switch. I don't know. How many platforms is this launching on? Let's see. Pre-order Dying Light game. Select your platform. PS4, Xbox One, PC, PS5, Xbox Series X. So this might be like an Xbox One. The movement isn't as fluid, it's jittery. Yeah, it's not launching on the Switch. I just checked their official website for pre-orders. It's slower. Do you think maybe this is early in the game and you don't have a bunch of abilities, so you're supposed to feel slower and clunkier? If you haven't taken our poll at the top of the chat, please do so. 575 votes. Which approach would you choose when playing Dying Light 2? Just the story for 20 hours, story and side quests for 80 hours, or you're going to do everything for 500 hours? Which route would you choose? This is the prologue, or they scaled it back. I don't know. I would actually bank, Eugene. I would bank on the fact that the stuff that we just watched is primarily like a fully upgraded, really, like, he's got like a glider. He's really fast. He had multiple moves, jumping and kicking. And here, he doesn't have any moves. He has a side dodge, and that's all he's got. People are clicking on this off of our Horizon Forbidden West coverage. Like, when he fights the chick later that's like jumping off the zombies, like, he doesn't have very many moves. This video is the prologue. Yeah, if this is the prologue, you're supposed to feel slow and dumpy at the beginning. That's how these games are. You start out and you're struggling, like you don't have a lot of moves at your disposal. They'll give you like a baseball bat and a dodge, and that's all you get. I think that's probably what you're deducing, Eugene, is that it is actually quite a bit slower and clunkier and all of that. Because you're not meant to feel fluid and strong in the beginning. You're just like a normal dude trying to survive. By the way, if you've never been here before, do me a favor, press the like button. It's free to do that. That's the thumbs up button. Press the subscribe button. It's also free to press that. And then you can talk in my chat and let us know what you think about the gameplay or the DLC plans. It did show my Animal Crossing, Switch, is a plat for DL2. Huh? So we start out as Zubair. Oh my gosh! He's not even here! That's so unkind. I mean, it's hilarious, but it's still it's unkind.
Have a seat.
I want to take a look at this game that somebody put in the Discord. Seven Deadly Sins Origin, a new open world 7DS game. What 7DS stands for? Oh man, look at the combat in this. It's like an action game. This looks sick. 7 Deadly Sins trailer. When's this coming out? Oh, SDS is 7 Deadly Sins. Yeah, they don't say. I'm stupid. I saw 7DS and I was like, what the frick is 7DS? Oh, 7 Deadly Sins, dummy. Listen, you guys know me. I don't fricking read. 7 Deadly Sins is anime. Well, the game looked awesome. Yeah, like, look how clumsy they make you here. You get clubbed and you fall, and then they're like, look, level 1. They're like, hey, this is a level 1 enemy that just made you look like an absolute tool bag, so get up and brush yourself off. Right, up she goes. And look, I mean, look how little the damage that you're doing. You're barely hurting these level 1s with a bat. Probably won't like it. It's really adult content. The video game didn't look like adult content. It just looked like an open world, like action adventure RPG, maybe MMO RPG. I don't know. Yeah, you're super weak here. Level 1s are like taking time, and even there, you know, their dodge is pretty poor. Yeah, this is supposed to look this way. It also looks like they're playing mouse and keyboard, and they've got their sensitivity turned up super high. Like, look how jittery they are. Looks like Genshin. It did kind of look a little bit like Genshin. If Genshin wasn't a gacha game, we probably would have checked it out, because I thought Genshin looked amazing. Like, really pretty. Yeah, it's SH, I think, not CH. If you're just tuning in, this is new footage on the IGN China channel, and we're analyzing this compared to the gameplay that they revealed a while ago with respect to fluidity and speed and everything else. Lono doesn't read, he shoots first, and then he claims to not understand later. I absolutely hate how accurate that is. Listen, I'm the Han Solo of the video game world, man. I shoot first. Shoot first, baby. I get results. What a strange thing to show. I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. It's 6 of one and half a dozen of another, okay? If you show me all this amazing stuff and then I boot up the game and I don't have any of that amazing stuff, I might be annoyed. I'd be like, wait a minute, where's all the cool stuff? Why do I feel like a slow grandma, okay? If you show this, you give people a pretty clear picture of like, okay, this is what it's going to look like early game. Level 1, you start out, you know, you got a bat, you're a little slow, you don't have all your abilities yet. That can serve as better advertising because people are like, oh, it's, you know, I'm not going to start out and feel like freaking, you know, Batman and Daredevil leaping around buildings and kicking people in the face. So, you know, I don't know. I think it cuts both ways. I think there's multiple ways to look at this type of advertisement when considering whether or not it's good or bad advertising. It's IGN, you're surprised the gameplay is bad? I mean, we don't need to be unkind. I don't think their gameplay is always that awful. I think sometimes they do that on purpose. You play poorly, and then people are like, you know, more likely to like watch the content and think, oh, I'll be better than you. You know, I'll play better than you. I won't be that stupid. I think they do that on purpose with mobile games. Like, you'll see an advertisement for a mobile game, and they will literally show you somebody making mistakes. I think it's subversive advertising. They show you people making mistakes, and then what do you say? Well, I can beat that level. And then what do? You download the app. IGN didn't choose what part to capture. They were paid to show this. I think that's what Eugene is commenting on. Why would the Dying Light devs choose to say, hey, show off the prologue? I'm looking at it from multiple angles is all I'm trying to do. Why would you want to show something like that? If you're new and haven't hit subscribe yet, go ahead, chime in the chat. We want to know what you think of the footage. Subscribing is totally free, and it'll let you talk in my chat. Monday through Friday, we are here doing live talk show coverage of video game news. If you're enjoying the show, those are free ways to show your appreciation. You can hit subscribe. You can hit the like button. Talk in my chat. Let me know what you think. But yeah, I'm trying to look at it from both angles. Like, you can show this video where the guy is running around like freaking Superman, and this is late in the game. He has like a glider. He's got movesets like that where he can like run off the building with the character. And that's obviously great because you can look forward to having that ability. But if I boot up the game and in the first hour I don't feel like that, I might be annoyed. Yo, what's good, Die Bear? I might be annoyed. I might be like, where's all this? So they show the tutorial, and they're like, look, man, this is what the first 20 minutes is going to feel like. You're just you're a high school teacher that's trying to fight your way through a zombie apocalypse. You're going to be a little derpy and a little slow. I'm looking at it compared to the old footage that makes you look like a bad butt seamlessly moving through a multi-level environment versus an old grandpa with a cane. But that's how these games work, Eugene. You didn't play the first one very long, so you don't have great traversal when you start out. You can't wall run. I think there's different versions of jump. There's vaulting jumps that give you increased speed. There's all these things that you get as you progress. And so sure, when you start out, yeah, you are going to feel like an old grandpa. They want every new ability to be a marked improvement on your ability to get through the world. That's actually pretty intentional. It's so bad it made me think the earlier footage was misleading. Why? Yeah, I mean, I could get that. I also think, again, I think the IGN footage, sadly, I think it's not captured very well. Like, this is clearly captured on something far better. This is gameplay. They're not tricking us. You know what I mean? Like, what do you think they did? They captured all this gameplay footage and then realized, like, oh, we can't do any of that? Like, what exactly would they scale back? So you think they completely reinvented the mechanics and the engine and the movement? No, it's just it's a different stage in the game. Silent Magician with $5. Can you show everyone how to subscribe badly so new viewers can show you how to do it better? What? Thank you, Silent Magician, for the $5 tip. I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Yeah, I don't know. I get where you're coming from, that it's not appealing to watch a zombie game and to feel like you're playing as a senior citizen, because, again, that footage on the IGN China channel does look kind of rough. This is the same thing where people thought Horizon wasn't going to be 60 FPS. No, it's not the same thing. No. It happened with Cyberpunk. Yeah, I feel like that's a little bit different, though. I feel like it's a little bit different. Yeah, that's not what... Eugene's not saying, oh, it's not going to be good, like people did with Horizon Forbidden West. What he's saying is the early footage of the game looked amazing, and now it looks... Again, specifically the footage of the tutorial on the IGN China channel, he's saying... that looks poor in comparison. That's what he's saying. It looks like they've scaled things down. I push back a little bit because I know what a bad capture looks like. It doesn't look like they have a good capture, right? They didn't do a good job with the capture, and it's also like a dark, sort of muddy area, so it's difficult to know if it's meant to feel sort of dull and drab because you're out in the woods, and then it'll look more bright and vibrant when you get into the cityscapes. This one will have the motion blur toggle off. Oh. No date yet on that game. I think my least favorite thing in game coverage is when when they show you a trailer and there's no date, no year, no nothing. It's like, I don't want to hear from you then. Am I the only one that's like that? Listen, I don't want to hear from you if you don't have even a remote date, right? If you don't even have the remotest clue or inkling of when the game's going to launch, I don't want to hear from you. I don't want to see a trailer. I don't want to see gameplay, because then I'm just annoyed. Some animations still feel clunky. Yes, I will agree with that. Some animations still feel clunky. I don't know. Personally, if I was to sort of try to diagnose why, I think it's because they have lots of impact in this game. Okay, and what I mean by impact is you're kicking, you're punching, you're jumping, you're shoving. There's 18 different sized weapons with different swinging animations, and I believe that creates awkwardness sometimes, because you have 18 different ways for the players to impact into each other. I might run and jump and kick you. I might run and jump and slam the ground with a hammer. I may run, slide, and swing a sword at your feet. So all those, there's a million different opportunities for impact between character models and weapons, and what it does is it creates awkwardness sometimes. They said over 2,000 animations. The earlier footage was curated to make sure the capture was immaculate, and the player took only the steps and missteps they wanted them to. The IGN footage was raw gameplay in comparison. Yes, and it was also very early in the game where the player clearly has nothing. They have no abilities. Like, they have a baseball bat and a sidestep. That's all they have in that early footage that we watched. If you showed me that stuff side by side, I wouldn't think they were the same game. Forbidden West went gold. Good. It could be the conglomeration of bad capture, low-level character. Yeah. I personally think, so this is just sort of my opinion as a content creator, streamer, and someone that exists in this space. I think there are lots of YouTube channels, outlets, and streams and things that I don't think they fully understand the technology. You have somebody that's sort of set up and you say, hey, press this button here so that when you're playing, it records your footage. And they're like, okay, cool. But they don't have like a technical guru to be like, okay, the software is set to record at this resolution and this frame rate. Your game is set at a different resolution and frame rate. See, look at this. He's got like a Spider-Man jump now. You know what I mean? Look at that. So what ends up happening is, I ran into this last night. So on I Can Cast Anything, which will debut on Friday on split screen, I had the resolution and the frame rate of the capture card set to default instead of set to the settings of my actual computer. And the footage, when you guys watch on Friday, you'll notice the footage that I'm shoutcasting, there's every once in a while little micro skips and micro stutters. Well, I wasn't going to go back and re-record it, but one simple setting that I had wrong in OBS led to little stutters and skips. So a lot of the times, I think in these studios, they have people set up to do recordings and they have all their little rigs and things set up. I think a lot of the times they don't have a content creator tech guru who understands all these things. It's why you'll watch sometimes these streams that they do, multi-million-dollar corporations and development studios, and the sound quality and the mics and the audio is crap. Why? They don't have somebody that understands this space. There's a reason that my microphone sounds like butter. There's a reason that the music's not too loud. There's a reason that my lighting is the way that it is. Why? I've spent hours crafting it, tweaking it, getting it right where I want, so everything is exactly right. And a lot of these people don't have a clue on how to do any of that. And so that's why you end up with like really, really bad game capture sometimes. Yo, Skiffy Skiffles with 5 months of membership. It's a gaming tier 2. Always great content, never disappointing since back in the early D2 days. Thank you so much, Skiffy, for almost half a year of support in a tier 2. If you're new and you've never been here before, typically we are in this scene having a discussion, but we're looking at a lot of gameplay today. We're looking at a lot of gameplay, and one of the reasons we're looking at gameplay is because we are comparing. There was new gameplay that released on the IGN China channel, and it's a tutorial, like an opening section in the game. If you're enjoying your time here, I am safe for work. You can subscribe in confidence. A lot of people treat me like video game radio. You can subscribe for free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. I'll be in your sub feed all week doing a gaming talk show like this. We will be co-streaming the Sea of Thieves event this afternoon, so make sure you're here for that. Yesterday we covered Horizon Forbidden West, new gameplay footage. We covered new Elden Ring footage, so if you missed those streams, they are available. Thank you so much for being here, and thanks for smashing the like button. We're cruising to our next like milestone. 300 likes on the video would be amazing, so go ahead and smash the button. We want to hear from you as well. There is a poll at the top of the chat asking, what would your approach be to Dying Light 2? Just story, 20 hours. Story and side quests, 80 hours. Or everything at 500 hours. And almost 700 votes on the poll. And I'm shocked by the results. I expected most people to pick just story 20 hours, and it's the least picked option at 13%. Most people have picked story and side quests at 47%, but not far behind it is everything 500 hours at 41%. So a lot of Dying Light fans have stopped by today to be like, dude, I'm doing everything. And I find that to be interesting because I'm not wired that way. So I always like meeting and interacting with gamers who are very different than me. Somebody asked a question. Will you play this for the channel? I'll play it on launch date for you guys. Today's turnout and response, I'd be an idiot to not at least play it for an afternoon and show it to you guys. Clearly, a lot of people are interested. A lot of you that are subbed to the channel tuned in today. This is a big turnout. I didn't think that we would get a strong response to this today, so I am very pleased with the response. How many people have showed up? How many of you are subbing and adding to the conversation? Welcome. We love that. Thank you for that. So yeah, February is going to be a big month for us. You got Sifu, you got Dying Light 2, we got Horizon Forbidden West, we've got Elden Ring. I mean, there is so much happening in February. We've been sort of blessed with a great route of content that we can enjoy in February, in light of, I know a lot of you are going to be playing like the other game that we don't cover anymore, and I'm going to love not being affected by that at all with everything else that is launching. So, Dying Light's a popular game. The new one will be big as far as coverage. The last time we tried to cover this on the Updates channel, we got kicked square in the jaw. It didn't do very well, but the Updates channel is very different, so... Mike says, I love completing things 100%. The only way you get the best stuff in the game is to actually grind for it. I'm ready to see what they do with the new blueprints for all the new weapons. Harry says, hello. Hello, Harry. The first game was very addicting. 100% completion. Looking forward to doing the same thing with this one. I support humor made at my expense. It's how I make a living. Somebody got a jab on you earlier. Arch Enigma really took a swing at you, Zubair. I said something about, like, we're going to be, old and frumpy and dumpy or something. And somebody's like, oh, so we start out the game as Zubair. I was like, that is so wrong. He's not here to defend himself. It was funny. It was funny. Someone says, old says, hi, I'm new. Well, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the subs today. We appreciate it, man. It seems like every game we cover, we get to meet new people. And that's been a real treasure, man. As a content creator, a lot of the times you get bogged down into one game and very unidimensional coverage. And we have covered so many different games on this channel as of late. If you check out the main channel layout now, we have lots of playlists for you. The general gaming news playlist, obviously. every day doing gaming news. We have a playlist now for Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring from Friday, Lost Ark, New World, God of War, Ragnarok, all broken up into nice playlists for you. Some of the game coverage we've done recently would be Halo Infinite, Lost Ark, Horizon Forbidden West, Elden Ring, New World, Ragnarok. Let's see what else. Fortnite. I have a theory about that game getting an MMORPG version of itself. They actually recently hired a quest designer from World of Warcraft. They used to design quests for World of Warcraft, so my theory is getting some meat put on the bones, and excited about the possibility there. Is that a meme? Old saying they're new? No, they literally just subscribed. I can see it on my dashboard. I don't call out brand new subscribers unless they say something in chat. So there are a couple of people on my dashboard that subscribed, and I'm going to scroll up to see if they said anything, because I like to greet the new people only if they say something though. If you hit subscribe and you don't say anything in chat, I'm not going to call you out. I know some people don't like that. They don't like to, have their username shouted out by the streamer. Until February, I'm cycling between Dying Light 1 and Death Stranding directors. Both have been really eye-opening to me. I didn't think I'd get into either of them as much as I actually did. Yeah, I wish I would have been able to get into Death Stranding. It didn't work. It didn't click. It did not click for me. And guys, remember, we do have multiple channels. If you like esports coverage or content creator news or shoutcasting, Split Screen got a great video this morning about Amaranth. And this afternoon, there's going to be a live stream over there of Drop Die Cast. We're going to drop into Fortnite, we're going to die, and we're going to cast the action. It should be really enjoyable. I had to go and boot up the game yesterday and discover all the map locations and POIs because my map was all grayed out. I was like, is this a thing now? You have to discover every new season. You got to rediscover the map in Fortnite. Listening to him talk about the other games depressing. I know he misses it. I don't miss it. Not anymore. No, it's been too long. There was a time where I missed it, but not anymore. That company and community is nasty. I feel my mental health and daily life is better. I don't remember. Was I Can Cast Anything a live stream or an upload? It's an upload. It's a pre-recorded video, Abe, and I did select one of yours, Abe. You got picked first. So about that Book of Boba Fett episode, no Harry. Harold, no sir. I saw it, but don't say anything. Don't you say anything. Tomorrow we're finishing Sekiro. Oh, don't say that. I think I've got a couple more streams of Sekiro. I don't think we're finishing Sekiro tomorrow. Don't get ahead of me, bro. There was a spicy debate in Discord after you dropped that vid. Oh, yeah. Yeah, about Amaranth. Yeah. I was pushing back on the notion that people like her are supposed to tell you about their personal life, whether it's her or Pokimane or any of them. I think they have every right to create a character, a brand, and make a ton of money and never tell you about their relationship status. I don't think that's owed to anybody. I was pushing back on that notion. So, didn't do the math video, did you coward? Okay, so for those of you that have never been here before, we have another channel, and if you're a paying member here or on my other channel, you can submit challenges for I Can Cast Anything. I can shoutcast anything, okay? And that's the challenge. But you have to give me something where there's action happening, okay? I have to mute the video. I can't shoutcast over a person talking. It would sound terrible. So if you're submitting lectures or informative videos, you can't shoutcast that because it would sound muddled and awful. I can't talk over another person's voice. That doesn't work. There has to be something happening. Like somebody doing a video on how to unclog a toilet. I'm going to mute it and I'm going to shoutcast it. Because if that person's talking or they narrate over the video, it would be a muddled mess. Like I know you're like, oh, but I thought you could shoutcast anything. Well, yeah, I can, but I have to be able to talk. I can't be interfering or being interfered with. I'm trying to get the focus to fix itself. I can't have somebody else's voice interfering with what's going on. Does that make sense? Reaction content? No, that's not what we're doing. I've set up a segment. It's called I Can Cast Anything. I don't want to do reaction content where somebody says, here's why India is poor, and then I'm going to react to what they're saying. What the frick? That wouldn't even make any sense on the channel. It's called Split Screen. It's like an esports industry news, content creator news channel. It's not about that. That wouldn't even make any sense. You know what I'm saying? He's going to do the India video? No, I can't. There needs to be an action going on. That's awfully convenient. I'm not trying to dodge. Listen, when you see some of the stuff I end up shoutcasting, you're going to be like, oh, this is what he means. There has to be something happening. I can't shoutcast a lecture. It's a person talking. That doesn't work. Shoutcasting is a play-by-play of something happening, not a person talking. Yeah, this is a shirt from 80s Tees. Yeah. I'm so messing with you. I hear you. Okay. I just want people to understand, like, I'm not skipping over your videos to be like cheap or to take the easy route, right? Like, just another idea I thought you'd do well in from a very limited perspective. Oh, I actually would like to do reaction content, Riley. We just don't have a good channel for it. I was kind of getting into that, and then the channel took a different direction. So, you can't add play-by-play to non-action. Yeah, play-by-play to a guy standing there reading or talking, you know what I mean? It just doesn't work. There has to be actions going on. And understand this. If you submit something, like Barrier was like, oh, I want to submit these dog challenges, but there's already people casting. Don't worry about that. I'm going to mute the video. I'm not going to try to talk over people. That wouldn't work. Like, Abe's video is like a guide on how to do, like, soldering or something. Well, I'm not going to sit there and listen to the guy. That wouldn't, I am creating the commentary. I'm casting the action. That's the point. And so you guys will see a couple episodes of it and you'll understand, like, oh, this is what he's doing instead of like, here's a lecture on, you know, the global economic situation in 1983. Like, what in the frick am I going to do with that? You know what I mean? Yeah, he's got the plunger. He's going for the bold chat. Oh, my. Yeah, there. See, Omar's got it. So tomorrow there's going to be an enormous amount of Elden Ring news with the Miyazaki interview and the 10 hours of gameplay that the journalist played. Wait. But that doesn't help us. Are they releasing any of that today, Adam? If you're new and just tuning in, we've been breaking down the Dying Light 2 DLC release schedule. It's scheduled out for 5 years. We were looking at different gameplay. There's new gameplay that we've been cycling and watching. It's on the IGN China channel. This is the footage here. It's the opening of the game. It's the tutorial. It's not very good looking. It's not been captured very well. It also seems to be running on one of the there we go. It's also running seemingly on one of the older consoles. So we've been covering this morning. If you're tuning in for that, I'll let this footage go while I ask some questions about some of the other things going on in the gaming industry right now. Again, if you enjoy Variety Gaming news coverage, make sure and smash subscribe. Make sure and smash the like button. We need 5 more likes for 300. I swear when they got rid of the dislike counter, it drove likes down. I think people equally felt a sense of competition, like, oh, we need to drive the likes up to combat the dislikes. Once they got rid of the dislike counter, like, it's harder for us to get likes on videos. It's really weird. Did you see the From Software tweet this morning? It messed me up a bit, but I realized it was a joke. No, what'd they say? Let's see. From Software. I mean, I can't read their tweets. 12/20 New Year card present campaign. Yeah, I can't read because I mean, I guess I could try and translate it. The winning number of the New Year card present campaign has been released on the special page. Some kind of a competition giveaway or something? Will you happen to rebrand this to SSNR Gaming? Split Screen Gaming? Why NR? SSNR. Why are you adding the NR to the end there? It's a Game Informer article that will come out tomorrow. Oh, right. Yeah, I heard about that. We might have to go and subscribe to Game Informer so we can pull out the juicy bits. I wouldn't be able to show the article to you. That's probably against their TOS when you subscribe. It might have been the US branch of From Software. Yeah, the official account posts everything in Japanese. Let me see if there's a From Software US. Here it is. From Software New Yes, not the creators of Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Bloodborne. Oh, they're goofing. It's come to our attention that people have been leaking things not meant for the public eyes in the network test. Due to this, we have decided to delay Elden Ring to March to make sure that as many of you get spoiled as possible. We hope that the final boss will be leaked soon. Yeah, it literally says in the profile, not the creators of Bloodborne, Sekiro, and Bloodborne. Bloodborne's listed twice. The unofficial Twitter of From Software. Yeah. They only have 4,000 followers. Yeah, it literally says in the profile it's not official, Brian. You got to check, though. You got to check those profiles, baby, to see if they're real. Yeah, that's funny. Oh, NR for network. No. No. Be the first to answer the question. Coming away. Oh, this is spam. I was like, what the frick? Joking. What's this stream about? We've been looking at new Dying Light 2 gameplay. This is on the IGN China channel. It's the opening tutorial. It is a little blurry and muddy. I don't think they did a good job with their capture. I'm not sure what their capture method was. We also compared this to earlier footage. This is the opening of the game, so the character is a little clunky and slow because you don't have any abilities yet. We already know what SNTR stands for. It's center. Yeah, center. Yeah, we're trying to think of some brand cohesion. We haven't come up with anything that we liked, though. We've not come up with anything. Yo, what's good, Hellfire? I am good, man. Thank you for asking. I'm going to loop this. I'll be right back. This is when they get into some of the gameplay here, some of the footage. If you have any questions or anything you want to comment on, hit subscribe so you can talk in the chat. Take our poll at the top of the chat. We are covering also the Sea of Thieves live event, which is we're going to switch over to that in about an hour. And I'm excited about that because I'm hoping they have some good announcements because I like Sea of Thieves even though I don't play it. I got a lot of criticisms. I'm sure we'll have a hot debate waiting on that live stream. So I'll be right back though, and this footage is from just today, brand new footage of Dying Light. So I'll be right back. Chat, I am sorry. My kids have become obsessed with these bath bombs. And so if you're having trouble getting your kids to take baths, I'm going to give you a little parenting tip here. You can get these bath bombs that as they dissolve, there's like a toy inside. And they our kids want to take baths now. Like they ask to take baths during the day. So I went up and they really had to show me all sorts of different things. They were very excited about the bath bomb, and the little thing he got inside the bath bomb is like a little treasure or something. So they were very excited. I'm installing 14 Kyocera copiers. Also exciting stuff. Perfect for ICCA. Yo, what's good, Melrose Mike? Changing out smoke detectors on an entire floor of an apartment building. If I could record myself, I'd send it to ICCA. Children that bathe are a plus. Yeah. It makes bath time exciting. They get like a little trinket or a toy. Yeah. They were very excited. I'm not excited about once my son is out of the water though. It's a bath bomb that has like glitter in it. I was like, it was like gold. I was like, you're gonna look like C-3PO. I was like, you're gonna have glitter all over your body. I said, oh my gosh, you don't want to do that. He thought that was hilarious. He's like, I'm gonna look like C-3PO. So they are very excited. So I had to see it. They had to show me everything. It was fun. All right, let's get. I gotta schedule the next one here in just a minute. As I said, we are going to be covering the Sea of Thieves preview event live. So 2 good shows for you today. 2 good shows for you. Paste this in here. We always write everything up so that way I can just plop everything in. Getting streams and everything ready, topics, descriptions, all of it. It's quite a task. It is quite a task, but we have a really, really good workflow now, and it goes pretty well. We've gotten pretty quick at this. So that way you guys get a ton of content throughout the day, and I'm not feeling, like I'm gonna die, like burned out. We are doing a 3rd live stream today. Don't forget, over on Split Screen, we'll be doing an episode of Drop Die Cast. We'll be dropping into Fortnite and casting some folks. We don't know how long that'll be. That'll probably not be a super long stream. I would say maybe an hour to an hour and a half. It's typically how long those tend to go. Yeah, he'll look like that, Paul. That's exactly right. He'll be like all glittery. Okay. All right, edit. Make sure we're redirecting to it when we're done here. There we go. Only little boys covered in glitter dealing absolutes. That's right. You use look like C-3PO was a negative. Only someone who thinks Last Jedi was the greatest film ever would say that. When do the 2 good shows start? Shut up, Abe. Have you shared your thoughts on No Way Home? I loved it. It makes sense why it's breaking tons of records, and I look forward to all the things they're able to do and spin off from it. That's all I'm going to say. You were getting quite burnt out this time last year. Glad you're in a better place now. It shines through in the content, seriously. I appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that. I go back and watch some of that content, like our Destiny coverage, and I look dead inside. even when we were able to cover the game, like I was not happy. I was heavier too. Like if you go back, well, you can't now. If you're able to go back and watch, like I was heavier. I was gaining weight. I was not in a good place. So we have been just absolutely thrilled with the support that you guys have given this channel and in all our efforts over here, and we're really looking forward to see what we can do with Split Screen as a new project and a new idea. And we're hoping that this afternoon with the stream of Drop Die Cast, and then tomorrow night with Hilly, I got some good games. We're going to be shoutcasting Doc to kick the evening off, and then we're going to get into our own drop die cast, and then we'll get into some I Can Cast Anything. Really hopeful that those things can be a big success. So, do you know how many endings are going to be in Dying Light? I'm gonna predict there's probably 4 or 5 different endings, because they indicated that it would take you, it would take, they said, 500 hours if you max out all the game with the main and side quest, all choices and endings, checking every place on the map, every dialogue, and finding every collectible. I would wager to say, since they said it's 80 hours to do the entire story and all side quests, I would bet there's 4 or 5. There's 4 or 5 different endings. January team update from Lost Ark. A list of 4 patch notes. So they added new features to some of the regions. Based on player feedback, they're doing some things to DLC, voice options. Early game cutscenes are now skippable. Balance tweaks. Some community character customizations. Restricting special characters for naming. Character name reservation, minimum maximum number of letters, Founders Pack skin questions, missed gameplay questions, and looking ahead. So, yeah, they got a lot there. Yeah. They got a lot there. That's good. Maggie looks dope. Yeah. Apex has got some good stuff coming. We're obviously going to probably time our drop die cast with Apex the week that they roll over into the new season. So, a friend of mine told me that No Way Home was meh and just feeding off nostalgia. I went and watched it with my son in IMAX, and I realized he and anyone else that didn't like it is just a hater. Yeah, I don't understand why anybody would say that and be serious. I don't know. I'm convinced, Distorted, that there are people that just don't, like... I was watching Sebastian Maniscalco, and he said his wife was like, "Why are you like this?" And he was like, "I'd like to be bothered," right? And obviously he's kidding around, but I think there's something to that guys like him like to be bothered. They enjoy observing and being kind of critical, complainy. I genuinely think there are people that have developed like a schema of entertainment consumption where their enjoyment is derived from being critical of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like they don't take enjoyment out of content and movies and stuff the same way that they used to. I truly believe that there is a critical consumption syndrome that people develop where their enjoyment from the consumption of it is to look so critically at it. There was a guy last night, I couldn't believe how many people were falling for it. Just an absolute doucher on Twitter, combing over. This guy spent his entire day, it seemed, combing over every square inch of the Horizon Forbidden West footage so he could find things to criticize, and he's like comparing it to Microsoft and Halo. Okay? He's either an absolute moron wasting his day, or he's the most brilliant troll ever, because people were falling for it. I went through his Twitter feed, and he's just a moron. Just literally spending his entire day and weeks on end combing over milliseconds of Horizon Forbidden West so he can be like, oh yeah, Halo's better. It's like, it was literally watching the embodiment of copium. Like, I don't like using the word copium, but it was like a living, breathing body of copium. It's like, you know that Halo's not what it could be. You know it's not that great, and it's in a bad state. It wasn't that impressive of a game. It was a good game, but it wasn't otherworldly. It wasn't groundbreaking. And it's so damaging to your sense of identity and personhood that you have to crap on anything that Sony gets. Like, to look and comb over footage of Horizon Forbidden West and to try to, with any shred of intellectual credibility compared to Horizon Forbidden West, like, no, it's not that guy, Creature. Different guy. This guy was just full-on Xbox, just, I wouldn't even call him a fanboy. I would call him an Xbox zealot. Just a zealot. It's like, what is the matter with you? You know what I'm saying? Anyone who tries to compare Halo to Horizon Forbidden West needs to find something better to do with their life? Yeah. What derogatory word did he use, Mo? If you can seriously watch through 5 movies and feel nothing from No Way Home, I suspect you're either trolling or a psychopath. What did he say? Xbot troll. Oh, I see. Halo was a great game. A zealot with an X, yeah. Comparing Halo Infinite to Horizon Forbidden West is a joke. It's a freaking joke. I'm sorry. I like Halo Infinite. I think the gameplay is good, but you are an absolute zero intellectual credibility moron if you think that Halo Infinite holds a candle up against what Forbidden West looks like. They're not even in the same hemisphere of graphical fidelity and beauty. Halo Infinite looks like an Xbox One game that ups the lighting and resolution on the Series X. There is nothing about Halo Infinite that looks anywhere near Forbidden West. They're not even in the same hemisphere. They're not. You're kidding yourself if you think they are. Oh, the Xbot thing. You'll be all right. I'm a huge Halo fanboy. Horizon's the clear winner. Yeah, you can't take people like that serious. It's like you have zero intellectual credibility if you're going to compare those games and act like, the Halo looks better. Jiminy Christmas. Halo Infinite looks exactly like how it's supposed to look. That's what I mean. It doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look like Horizon Forbidden West or God of War Ragnarok. It's like this guy is so fragile and so insecure that like the fact that Sony has a game coming out in a couple of weeks that looks amazing, he's so threatened by that, so fragile that he's combing over milliseconds of the footage to find flaws. I was like, bro, you gotta get out of this. This is awful. You can't live your life this way. I'm an Xbox fan, but you call me an Xbot, not cool. I'm not calling you an Xbot. That like this guy on Twitter was. Yo, what's good, Ginger? Halo's better in my opinion. What game will people still be playing in a year's time? Forbidden West looks better than near all games right now. Yeah, but that's like saying that I'm trying to think of a good analogy here. Your measure of what's better is extremely specific, right? That's extremely specific. So that'd be like saying, who's going to be watching the 10th season of Desperate Housewives of New York? It's clearly a better show than Breaking Bad, because Breaking Bad only ran for 5 seasons. It was shorter. You see what I'm saying? Just because people are playing it longer doesn't mean it's a better game. That's not the pure measurement of quality, right? Twitter, Xbox versus PlayStation is choice LOL content. Yeah, it's awful. Go touch grass. Oh, he's a straight up troll. He recorded himself touching grass in a video. I had to give him some props. He literally went outside with his phone and he recorded himself touching grass. I'm not kidding you, he did. We can talk when Horizon's been around for over 20 years, but that's not the measure of quality though. Somebody can make an amazing movie that's 2 hours long. Is it somehow inferior to, is Rogue One somehow inferior to an ongoing show like Mandalorian? They're different. They're different art forms. You can't necessarily compare them, and if that's your only measurement of comparison, then everything that is longer and lasts longer will always be better, and that's not necessarily true. Would you rather watch 9 seasons of Desperate Housewives instead of Rogue One? Well, it's longer, so clearly it's better. One of my friends' gamer tag is Eat Grass Fool. Some of it's bad, though, when they get real nasty. This guy is a zealot, right? He's a zealot. He is so committed religiously to Xbox that the very idea of a good game coming out for Sony, it's an insult to his world. 0% says hi. Can we get a high rate in chat? Hi. His criticism take was laughably stupid. Like the guy, I'm not kidding you. He was combing over footage of Forbidden West looking for flaws and problems, and I'm like, bro, you got a problem. You got a condition. you got a condition, bro. It's not that big of a deal if Sony has a good game. It just isn't. It's like you can't take it. Cowboy Bebop is one self-contained season considered a GOAT anime. I'm an Xbox guy, but Demon Souls looks amazing. Right? Like, I have way more respect for people, and Mo, to his credit, is one of these people. He's a huge Xbox fan, but he has no problem admitting that games for the PlayStation look phenomenal. You know what's funny? You could prove this guy is a dishonest person, and it'd be very, very easy. All you'd have to do is take footage of a game, and if you didn't know what we'd have to find footage of a brand new game coming to the PlayStation 5, but nobody knows what platform it's coming out for, and show him the footage. What do you think of this? Oh, it looks amazing. It looks awesome. He might not say that, but if you tell him, oh yeah, look at this Xbox game that's coming out. Oh, dude, it looks so amazing. Look at awesome. And he'd break down the graphics and everything, and they'd be like, you know what? You've been actually drinking Folgers this entire time. We lied to you about the coffee that you're drinking. No, you'd be like, yeah, no, it's actually a PlayStation 5 game. And, like, just watch him blow a gasket. You know what I mean? Like, blood would squirt out of his nose. Like, oh my gosh, I've committed the unforgivable sin. I praised a PlayStation game. You know, forgive me, oh Lord Phil Spencer. I did not know that I was praising a PlayStation game. The guy would have a freaking aneurysm. Game Pass is a fantastic deal to get last-gen games, but they're weak in the first party. Yeah, I think Xbox will get there with first party. It's just going to take them a couple of years. I'll take a have at Sony all the time, but I won't call you out. Your name is what I'm saying. Must be because I'm old-fashioned. Yeah, I don't take jabs at you, Mo. I don't know who you're. You must be talking to the other guy in chat. Yeah, I don't take shots. I don't take jabs. I don't call names. Other than this guy on Twitter, I'm saying that he's a zealot. That's more of a descriptor than an insult. He's a zealot. It's like the word zealot. A person who is fanatical and uncompromising in pursuit of their religious, political, or other ideals. He is so zealous. That's where it comes from. Zealous for Microsoft. That he's losing his way, you know? He's not even saying things that are accurate. My thoughts on Book of Boba Fett is that episodes 3 and 4 were getting kind of They were kind of 50-50. They were kind of good and bad, and the most recent episode is excellent. Just really, really good. You can't really say Sony is lacking in services if their services are first-party AAA narratives. You take jabs, just respectful jabs. We also have a rapport, so I can tease you, Mo, because we're friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like I'm teasing somebody that I'm friends with. It's a little bit different. It's choosing to live life on hard mode. Yeah, it's like, well, yeah, I can't compromise. I can't say that this other game looks good or this platform's got good games. It's like, man, oh man. Red Dead Redemption is a god tier game? Sure it is, but that doesn't have anything to do with the discussion. Like randomly just talking about how good other games are okay. I'm just going to randomly talk about how good Hellblade is. That doesn't make much sense in light of the discussion. You know what I mean? Let's see. Never said it was Doc's doing. Said he took an immediate interest. People got to learn to listen. These guys in the comment section, man. Lions suck at climbing trees. Monkeys are superior. Friends is a stretch. Shut up, Abe. I've caught a couple of Lono's uppercuts and I'm still alive. I mean, I'll say it, Abe. I'll say it. Y'all are y'all, and I mean y'all are seemingly, in my experience, better. You're better at taking chin shots. You're better at taking chin shots. Y'all got more of a jaw. You have a jaw. You know what I'm saying? I don't. And I, in my experience, for whatever reason, find myself in the company of y'all, and y'all don't mess around, man. Y'all will swing. Y'all swing, man. You don't hold back. It's a cultural thing, man. It's a cultural thing. He literally screamed, "Shut up" at me, and I'm still here. Yeah, shut up, Omar. Shut up, Omar. What do you mean, you people? I'm telling you, y'all have a jaw. It cuts both ways, right? You have a jaw because you give jaw, but you have a jaw because you can take a hit. Like, it cuts both ways. You know what I mean? And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sea of Thieves, the Sea of Thieves event. Okay. Let's hide chat. There we go. The Omar scream was hilarious. It was. Mike onto Mike's laughing. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying, Mike. You know exactly what I'm talking about. If we ain't taking jabs at each other, it's because we don't like each other. I learned that, Abe. For the longest time, I didn't like being picked at as a streamer. I didn't like it, right? But then I learned that, like, especially y'all, it's an expression of, like, love and admiration. You don't respect a man if you won't take a swing at him because you're like, I don't really like that guy. Like, he's not going to get that side of you. You know what I'm saying? I started to learn that. I started to realize that, and it helped significantly endure the jokes and the jabs. Did you know that Sekiro's voice actor voices Katalo in Horizon Forbidden West? I did not know that. I like knowing things like that. My favorite voice actor in Sekiro is the guy that has you hunt down the rats. He's like, Sekiro. I love that guy. He's my favorite. You go and talk to him. He's like, he's got like this really rumbly voice. And Sekiro. He says Sekiro way cooler than I do. I can't say Sekiro. I just sound silly. You know what I mean? Guys, the other day I was playing Sekiro. I'm like, you mean Sekiro? You mean Sekiro? The first game I'm picking up on PlayStation 5 is Dying Light 2. Why? Why would you get that game first? I mean, I'm looking forward to Dying Light 2 to a certain degree, but like, why would you not get Ghost of Tsushima or Demon Souls or Ratchet and Clank or God of War or Horizon Zero Dawn, all these games that have been spruced up for the PS5? I'm hoping Avowed is a good game. I hope every game that comes out is a good game. I do. It gives me something better to cover, better to play, makes people happier, makes the market more competitive. You know what I mean? I'm just disappointed. I'm still disappointed Lono doesn't own a live Badger. You guys just have to let that go, man. You know, no matter how much you badger me about it, I'm not getting one. I'm not getting one. If a stranger walks in and hits you with a jab, they're torn apart. This is our Lono. We've built rapport. You haven't. Oh, yeah. When strangers come in and try and take shots, it doesn't work. I heard it takes too long to unlock cool skills in Dying Light 2. You know what's funny, Adam? We were watching the footage this morning, and Eugene in chat, Acts of Eugene, he said, this looks like a different game. They're all slow and clumsy. It was the opening tutorial. If you're tuning in, by the way, we covered the Dying Light 2 DLC release. The poll at the top of the chat wants to know how you would approach the game. We're getting ready to shift gears to the Sea of Thieves preview event. It'll be a second live stream of the day. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can talk in chat, take the poll, and join us for our various streams throughout the week. I am safe for work. A lot of people treat me like video game radio, and they throw me on in the background. So make sure and do that. if you are enjoying the show. We've enjoyed meeting a lot of you Dying Light fans today, and we cover lots of different we've covered lots of different games on this channel. Right now we've shifted the topic a little bit, so you might be tuning in looking for Dying Light 2 and you're like, what in the frick's going on? You'd have to rewind the broadcast if you want to see the gameplay footage, the breakdowns, the hilarity. I was kind of making fun of the gameplay in a loving way. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. Dad joke frequencies increasing at an alarming rate. Yeah, it is. Life is Strange Remastered's coming out February 1st. Thank you, Thomas Isaacs. Always good to have the game announcement bot in chat. We appreciate you. Obsidian doesn't miss, so yes, Avowed will be great. Yeah. A lot of game companies that don't miss suddenly miss. Nice shirt. Thank you. If you guys like my shirt or my displates, those are sponsors that you can support that supports me. The displate command or the link below in the description. Use code LONO at 80stees.com. You'll get 30% off. They've got amazing shirts. Star Wars, Marvel, video games, old TV shows, anything you could think of. And then the coffee. We've gotten only one coffee sale for today, but we want to see. Let's see some more. My wife gets angry if we don't get a lot of coffee sales. This is actually not a sponsor. This is our product. And we have a light roast, a dark roast, and a holiday blend. You're supporting a small family business when you buy it. If you're a coffee drinker, I'm going to warn you, the balanced acidity will make this coffee, you'll convert, and you won't be able to drink other coffee. People in the chat will tell you. So if you want to support that, if you're a coffee drinker. If you're not a coffee drinker, try the light roast. The light roast is the most drinkable coffee out there. What am I looking at? A person sitting in a chair in a studio talking about his various sponsors, getting ready to switch gears to the Sea of Thieves preview event. What has Microsoft Studios done in the last 6 to 7 years to give you that level of confidence? I don't want to act like they don't have good games in their pocket. I mean, they bought the guys that made Ori, and Ori and the Will of the Wisps was fantastic. Ori and the Will of the Wisps was like really, really, really good. All right, I'm going to go to your channel. If your account was just created, you're done. La. Okay. 2-year-old account. You can stay. Did you guys see that amazing rave in the metaverse last night on my Twitter feed? That was something. That was something. What the frick? Aren't these the guys that made the best Fallout? There's pedigree behind that dev group. The dev group is also not the same as it once was. They don't own Moon. I thought they bought them. I thought they bought Moon. Or at least they published Will of the Wisps. It was great. It's the future. It was so awful. Are you familiar with the Prototype series? If yes, do you think of the future of the franchise now that Microsoft's going to own the IP? This is actually a good question, Gerwin. Microsoft owning something doesn't mean they're going to do anything with it. No, that's not who he is. No. I don't know, Jaggy, if that's the guy who you're talking about. We're not talking about the episodes here though, so you're going to have to just stop. Don't say anything more. Eugene says, to be clear, I want them to be good. I want a reason to own the other console. You got to sell me. I'm hoping Microsoft goes back to that IP with the dragon that was going to release. What was it? Scalebound? Yeah, Scalebound got shuttered real quick. Oh, okay. So yeah, Gerwin's question about Microsoft owning the property or whatever. The only concern you should have with Microsoft owning a company or a property is they can buy some of these properties and never do anything with them because it just prevents them from doing, from being on the other platforms. Like Make no mistake, I like Microsoft. I think Microsoft is a sleeping giant, but don't sit here and pretend that Microsoft won't buy a studio and shutter the studio and assign them to something else. Microsoft does own the Ori IP. They don't own Moon, at least not in this, but Microsoft does own the Ori IP. If Microsoft owns your if they own your company and they own your IP, there's nothing to stop them from saying, hey, by the way, we want you to work on Call of Duty now. We want you to work on Call of Duty. And you're like, but we don't want to work on Call of Duty. We wanted to work on our next our sequel. Sea of Thieves, Gears, Halo, Forza, State of Decay 2. They have had games, and they're all online, and people are playing them. Look what they did to Rare. I don't see eye to eye with you on Rare, Eugene, because I think Sea of Thieves has been very successful for Rare. I think they've kind of focused most of their attention on that. I mean, the Sea of Thieves Pirates Life deal with Pirates of the Caribbean, that was a pretty big deal. I don't think they got there. I don't think Sea of Thieves is like a side project. I think it's like a main project. Sea of Thieves is also a pretty old game, isn't it? It's at least 3. Sea of Thieves release. Yeah, 2018. It's a couple months away from being a 4-year-old game. Activision pretty much shuttered everything down except for Call of Duty. Like, Activision could have been renamed Call of Duty and nobody would be surprised. Okay, hang on. I got some information on Moon Studios here. Cancel. Game director at Moon Studios, Thomas Mahler, explained in a lengthy Reset-era post that exclusivity issues are a key reason why they've chosen to not work with Microsoft as a publisher again. Quote, "This is also one of the main reasons why we decided to take our next game with Private Division instead of Microsoft. We've always got so many gamers saying they love Ori but hate that they can't play it on PlayStation. Well, why not? Because it was funded by Microsoft, hence they call the shots." So he's basically saying we don't want to work with Microsoft anymore because we want our content to be on other places. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You know? Microsoft controls the Ori IP. When they initially bought Rare, they threw them on a bunch of dumb Kinect games. Well, they did GoldenEye, Donkey Kong Country, Banjo, Conquer, Perfect Dark, and now Sea of Thieves. They did Rare Replay. When did Rare Replay launch? Rare Replay probably was a decent amount of work. Rare Replay released 2015. So, and then 3 years later, they released Sea of Thieves. The Rare we have now is because they killed the studio? You need to provide me with evidence that they killed the studio. So, when did they buy them? When were they acquired? Microsoft acquired Rare in 2002. Yeah, I don't know. I might side with Eugene on this. They bought them in 2002 and they didn't do anything with them. They put them on Kinect and all the old talent left. Yeah. So they bought them in 2002, didn't do jack squat with them, and then we got Rare Replay, and then we got Sea of Thieves. I don't know. I tend to agree with Eugene. Like, that's a really long time and not a lot to show for it. You basically have a 20-year acquisition that has led to Replay, which was fine. It wasn't amazing. And then Sea of Thieves. We've had this convo. I don't remember the timeline, though. When we talked about it, I don't know if we looked at actually how long they've owned them. Brain drain happens. If the devs who create the IPs don't like where they're at, they move out. It happened to a bunch of Activision Blizzard devs as they turned into a Call of Duty machine. Yeah, and then it affects what they put out. And Crystal Dynamics is making the Perfect Dark new game. So Crystal Dynamics is making Perfect Dark, not even Rare. You had a giant, a legendary dev. Here's Connect Games. Yeah, so that's essentially what I'm saying. If you guys are just tuning in for Dying Light 2 coverage, it's in earlier in this stream. We're nearing the end of the stream. We've been streaming for about 2.5 hours. If you're here getting ready for the Sea of Thieves preview event, we'll be switching to that shortly. So we looked at brand new Dying Light 2 gameplay from the IGN China channel. We compared it to some of the other footage. We talked about the roadmap. So if you're looking for that coverage and you're like, what have I clicked on? You might just have to rewind the stream. And if you're enjoying the coverage or you enjoy this kind of talk show, hit subscribe. That'll let you talk in chat. Take the poll at the top of the chat. Almost 1,000 votes on that poll. Thank you guys so much for a huge turnout today. And we will be switching to co-stream the Sea of Thieves preview event in a little bit here. And right now we're talking about Rare and everything with Microsoft. So what Eugene is saying is you buy this giant, a legendary developer that made games like GoldenEye and Donkey Kong Country, and they've got Perfect Dark, and then you throw them on the Connect games instead of giving them like a really good project or a really good game or whatever. And I mean, and Sea of Thieves, I think, is proof that Rare has retained some of its value and some of its core talent, because Sea of Thieves is done very well, even though I have issues with Sea of Thieves and get a little annoyed with the fact that you can't do like a PvE or whatever. So what Eugene is saying backs what I was saying. I'm like, look, there's nothing to stop Microsoft from taking some of these really, really big studios and talent and moving them to other projects or things, and then that just prevents Sony from getting anything from them. Like, let me just give you a couple examples in what fors, okay? So, ID Software with Doom, okay? What if Microsoft says, listen, ID Software, we know you were wanting to make another Doom and everybody's anxious for another Doom, but we want you to work on Call of Duty instead. Now you get no more Doom, and a lot of ID Software talent would leave, and they can't do anything with the Doom property because it's now owned by Microsoft. So no more Doom. Doom doesn't go on any other platforms or exist ever again, and all the developers that were going to work on the next Doom are working on Call of Duty. There's nothing to stop Microsoft from doing that. If once they own all these developers, they can do whatever the frick they want with them. Now, I happen to think, from my interviews that I got to do at E3 with the guy from ID at Xbox with indie titles, as well as other executives that were there and marketing people that were there to discuss all the various things Microsoft's working on, I don't think Microsoft will do that. I think Microsoft has a vested interest in turning all of these developers and studios into just a Leviathan hub of games that you can only play on Microsoft. I think that's their marketing strategy. I don't think their strategy is to shutter all these studios, right? And to then, oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna just make them all work on these other properties. No, they want a full Rolodex of titles that are only available on. They're only available on the Microsoft ecosystem. Yeah, sorry, I'm talking about a lot of different things. ID is pronounced id. Like it? Oh. I've always said ID Software. I'm never going to say id Software. When I was growing up playing Doom and Quake, I always said ID Software. Id Software doesn't make any sense. It's an I and a D. ID, like your identification, like your ID card. You want to name your company id, then you should have used 2 Ds. I don't know. That was happening under Activision before Microsoft. All the studios are currently working on Call of Duty. Right. Rare is making a new IP called Everwild. It was founded on their website. Really? Well, we're getting a lot of people here at the tail end of the stream. YouTube's still giving us love, I can tell. We're getting a lot of clicks for Dying Light 2 coverage. I am sorry. We are shifting gears now at the end of this stream. We're going to be watching the Sea of Thieves preview event. A lot of you are probably clicking for Dying Light 2 coverage. You're going to have to rewind the stream if you want to see. There was new gameplay from the IGN China channel, and we compared it to other gameplay footage that had been released. We also We also looked at their roadmap and their 5-year plan, and we asked people at the top of the chat to take a poll. So if that's what you're tuning in for, I am sorry. I didn't mean to clickbait you, but 3 hours on one subject is kind of tough. So we've moved to a slightly different subject with respect to like the Microsoft acquisition of all these studios, what it means for you, what it means for gamers. We're a variety gaming news show. I am safe for work. A lot of people treat me like gaming radio. So if you subscribe to the channel, I'll be in your sub feed all week covering a variety of things, and a lot of people throw me on in the background like gaming radio because, again, I am safe for work. That's the open world survival. Yeah, Everwild Eternals trailer. Yeah, it does look, Rare is making it. It does look open world survival. The art style is freaking dope though. Really dope. Oh, it looks like more than survival. It looks like a beast taming game. Oh my gosh, the art style is phenomenal. You guys got to see this. Hang on. This looks really cool. Maybe they'll win back some goodwill here with you, Eugene. That Rare has been equipped now to do more. They've been equipped to do more.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments. In every step of a perilous journey.
Where do you see the piece with the fish?
The symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share.
It's like a photorealistic Princess Mononoke. It's so beautiful.
And in moments of stillness. It teaches us to look beyond the expected. To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world.
No, not Bambi.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it.
Somebody in chat said this game has been rebooted. It's not coming anytime soon. Really? I thought that looked amazing. I know what you're saying, Eugene. Like, oh, it's not the same Rare. It's not the same Rare. But again, they could be riding the ship. Like Microsoft could be, giving them the funding, the bandwidth, and the expansion to, start making something better. That game looked awesome. This trailer was only a concept. Where are you getting your information? I'll go to Google. Everwild rebooted. Back in June, so this was reported in October of last year. Back in June, a report indicated that Everwild, Rare's newest game IP, was being completely rebooted. In a recent interview with Kinda Funny, Xbox Game Studios head Matt Booty said that the report was, quote, more definite and a little more extreme than the truth. So there is in the summer, it was also being reported that it was restarted and they were now aiming at a 2024 release. So it does sound like Matt Booty confirmed that, yeah, there is an element of restart here. Yes. Live here. We got to shift gears here. Not rebooted, but different direction. Yeah. I'm telling you, I think that's super common in games like that when they want to do this open world, weather, survival, animals thing. Like, it's super common. Like, I think that's super, super common. That, like, when that happens, you're always going to have that element of, like, oh, yeah, we got this wrong. You know what I mean? You know. Or we have to go back and rework it, you know. Common in game dev in general. Yeah. Hey, let's get 20 more votes on this poll. If you've not voted on the poll yet, let's try to get 1,000 votes before I end the poll. We are going to be shifting gears here now. I'm going to put a link in chat. We're going to be shifting gears to the Sea of Thieves stream. Actually, I'm just going to end the poll. We don't have time. It's noon. It's noon. It's time to shift. Announcement in the Discord. Okay. In case the redirect doesn't work, there are links in the chat for you. Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. This is going to be a co-stream commentary reaction sort of stream of the Sea of Thieves preview event for 2022. We are going live a little bit early. We're going to be debating the game, PvE, PvP, why I love the game, but why I don't play the game. If you like these kind of live discussions and back and forth, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button so you don't miss the content and the uploads. I am going to be ending the previous stream and redirecting people over. We discussed